really looking forward to getting this season started here at Ardmore, and cannot wait here for kickoff. Field is looking in better shape than it was here a few weeks ago. Hopefully we can get a few things ironed out with it as the season goes on. But the eye of the Tiger is looking like it is going to be searching for victory this evening here over the Tanner Rattlers. Got about 9 minutes and change here before we get started tonight. Waiting slowly but surely for our captains to get out here this evening. Looking like I'm seeing the Tanner Rattlers heading out of their locker room coming this way, so we may be getting to the coin flip. My name is Patrick Cornell, and I will be doing the play-by-play here with you this evening. To my right, I have our head basketball coach and our color commentator, Mr. Brian O'Donnell. Brian, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I am fixing to be doing a lot better as we get kicked off tonight. Excited to kick off the season and build on the momentum from last year.
I appreciate you being in here this evening with me. You know, I felt like I was having to twist your arm to get you up here, but I think we're going to have us a great evening of football, and hopefully we lead the Tigers to victory this evening. Let's talk a little bit about last season. So the Tigers are coming off of an 8-3 record last year with a first-round playoff loss to Ramsey, but things are looking up for the Tigers heading into 2025. We return a whole lot of offensive starters from last year, including most of our ball carriers. Both Xavion Hawthorne and Javian Riddle are back this year. What are you looking forward to most about the Tigers start off the season?
Just like you said, just to build on the momentum from last year, just see just the progression that each player and, offense and defense, just the strides they've made in the spring and into this season, and just get the season started off hitting on all cylinders and hopefully get a big win over Tanner and getting some momentum built into next week as we have homecoming.
Yes, sir. It is always good to get a win over a county rival. Right now to our left, we're watching the Tigers come out of the Robert E. Witt Fieldhouse, congregating there underneath the field goal post, so hopefully we will have them on the field here shortly. But man, you can feel the excitement in the stadium tonight. It is awesome to see Cooper Field packed out again after a great year last year. We have our captains heading out to midfield. Coach Snyder is leading them out. From left to right on the field, we have captain number 79, Taylor Davis, number 75, Will Seabolt, number 67, Braden Billions, and number 1, Noah Stafford. Coach, I'm hoping we hear Noah's name a lot tonight on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, it's just a dynamic player. I think he's one of those guys that you can throw it as far as you want to, and he'll find a way to get up under it and catch it, and tough as nails. I know in the past he's played with a broken hand and played through dings here and there, but man, just a really great player. And then you got 2 offensive linemen who have had a ton of starts under their belt. I think for these guys it's either going to be their second or third year of starting on the offensive line and anchoring it, and I think that's going to be well and bode well for our protection as well as the run game that you talked about that we had last year that we had a lot of success with.
And I'm looking forward to seeing Taylor Davis out there on the defensive line. I had the pleasure of having him in class last year. Great kid, really making some strides here on the football field, and I think with he and Aiden Ellis there in the middle, I think the defensive line is going to be very, very solid this year. So Tanner is now coming out on the other side of the field, being led by their coaching staff. Hopefully we'll get their captains here at the 50 shortly, and we'll get this coin flipped and we'll be underway. With that being said, like Coach O'Donnell mentioned, next Friday night here at Cooper Field, we will be having our homecoming festivities as the Tigers host Clements. So if you're not here this evening watching us on Facebook or YouTube, we hope that we see you next Friday night and come up here and cheer on the Tigers against Clements and watch who will be crowned our homecoming queen. I'm not going to say who I think the favorite could be, but I'm really looking forward to see what we get there. But with that being said, we have the captains for Tanner across the field. Looks to be number 21, Matthew Fletcher, having a little bit of problem. These jerseys these days a little bit tight. Number 30, Tyrone Douglas in the middle. And on the left-hand side there, Coach O'Donnell, you're going to have to help me with this. I'm thinking 38. I'm thinking 39.
I was going to say 38 or 39, I feel like, and I will gather that up. If we have to go, I would say it would be number 39, A.J. Legrand, but I cannot tell. It is a little tight jersey right there. It looks like 38, actually, and I don't have a number on 38, but if you do, you are welcome to say that name.
I don't either, and so you know what? At the end of the day, it may be the player to be named later.
Playing a little mind games.
That's
with us.
right. Gotta keep things on edge. But as we meet here in the middle, captain shaking hands, waiting for the coin flip here from the head referee. I always feel like this is a tough part of the game, talking about sportsmanship and everything like that, when at the same time we're just ready to get this ball kicked off and get going. Just sitting here waiting, tick, 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 tick. Got about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, showing the coin now.
If I put myself in Patrick Cornell's shoes, you want to take the ball right here, or you want to defer to the second half?
I'm a big defer to the second half fan, but the way that the Tiger offense was running last year, Tanner won. They are going to defer, so the Tigers will have the football to start the game. You know, like I said, I'm a big defer guy, but the way that the Tigers offense was rolling last year, I think this is great to get things started, get whatever rust there might be off of us, and get the game rolling. We will be going right to left from the home press box.
Really excited to see right here what Coach Wells has cooked up for this first drive, first 15 to 20 plays, and just kind of see what we do right here. Mixing in some run, pass, just kind of get the momentum going. But like you said, the offense was humming last year, and so we're hoping to pick it up right where we left off last year.
Yes, sir. Tanner has taken the field on their sideline, wearing white jerseys, green numbers, green helmets. Band is getting the fight song rolling. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your 2025 Ardmore Tigers. Ardmore, as you can see, wearing black on black tonight with the black uniforms. Love the look with the gold numbers. Man, I'm just really excited about football this evening. Excited to be here with you guys on Facebook and YouTube, and hopefully the Ardmore Tigers can stick the foot in the ground and lay the foundation, because we do have region play here in a few weeks, but at this moment we will pause for the playing of our national anthem. Pride of the state line, always crushing it. But guys, we would be remiss here in the Ardmore Sports Network if we didn't thank our 2025 championship sponsors for Ardmore football: Wesco Incorporated, Ardmore Auto, Douthit Construction, Ruderman, Woody Anderson Ford, Elite Sanitation, Jarrett Walker Construction, Butler Realty, North Alabama Bank, Mark Lee Insurance, First National Bank, Ardmore Cabinet, and Fowler Auction. Thank you guys again for supporting Ardmore football and for making the 2025 season an awesome year here in Ardmore, Alabama. Coach, we got number 33. We thought it was another player to be named later here, but we have figured out Dax Bowman will be doing the kicking for the Tanner Rattlers. Who do we have back there for the Ardmore Tigers, Coach? I'm blocked off a little bit.
It looks like we've got number 11, Braden Atkins, and number 1, Noah Stafford.
Going with speed. Okay, Xavion Hawthorne up in front of them as well. And then we have number 21, Jalen Smith on the other side. I'm assuming he's going to be the lead block trying to break through. Have had the ball fall off the tee here. Wouldn't be the start of the season without a miscue or two here. Thankfully for the Tigers, it was the Rattlers with the first miscue of the year. Kickoff goes to Stafford, fumbles the ball. A lot of blocks in front, and Noah has found a hole, and Stafford looks to be gone.
No flags. There is a flag.
We do have a flag at the 44-yard line of the Tigers.
I did not see anything.
It didn't look like it could be on the Tigers, but at the same time, Coach, there was a lot of chaos there with blocks going on. We're going to see what the referee has to say there, but always bodes well to start the year with quality special teams play, and I think it's going to set up the Tigers at quality field position. Waving the flag off. There we go. There we go. No penalty. Noah Stafford takes the opening kickoff to the house. Touchdown brought to you by North Alabama Bank. And you love to see it. Before the offense has even got to set foot on the field, we have points on the board. Gabe Alejandro on here to kick the extra point. Looks to be Caden Larson doing the holding. Landon Snyder doing the snapping. But, Coach, you couldn't ask for a better start than that. 13 seconds in, and your Tigers have a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, you're exactly right. A great hole setup even after the muff. And he made one or two moves, and with it being Noah Stafford, he can make a move or two, and he can get to the house real quick. So great start.
You know, you see that all the time in the college game. You know, guy fumbles the kickoff, fumbles a punt, all of a sudden coverage gets past where it needs to go, and next thing you know, guy's off to the races. And that may have been what happened right there. But, you know, the Tigers had quality special teams coverage in front of Noah. And, man, like you said, he puts that foot down, and he is gone.
No, you're exactly right. Sometimes, like you said, when that ball gets muffed and he has to go down and get it, everybody kind of panics and thinks we got to go get the ball, and they kind of lose where they're supposed to be at in their gap, and kind of gets overplayed. And he, you know, Noah can make one move, and he's got the chance to take it to the distance every time. So that's what happened, and we are up 7-0. 7-0.
Gabe Alejandro on here to do the kicking for your Tigers, going right to left from the home press box. Back deep to receive for Tanner, number 21, Matthew Fletcher, and number 7, Caden Freeman. You always love to see a score from your Tigers, but you hope at the same time that special teams defense can do something really, really great here. We'll see how the Tigers fare on the opening kickoff. Appears to be a little bit of wind in our favor. I don't know if Alejandro's got the leg to get it into the end zone for a touchback here, but we'll see what we can do here as we kick off going right to left from the home press box. A little bit of a squib kick there, manages to stay in bounds, fielded at about the 6-yard line. Oh, reverse and field. Great job right there by Braden Atkins getting him out of bounds. Fletcher on the return. Looks to be 1st and 10 Rattlers from their 22-yard line, 23-yard line.
We have another flag on the field.
We do have a flag here. Look to be in front of the play. Hold on the Rattlers.
We will take that.
We will 100% of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to give you the starting lineups for your Ardmore Tigers. It would be the defensive lineup to start. Starting off, we have our our defensive end, Aiden Ellis, senior, number 72. Nose guard, number 79, Taylor Davis, senior. Defensive end, number 77, junior, Landon Combs. At linebacker, we have number 4, junior, Austin Kanzler. At linebacker, we have junior, number 8, senior Tyler McKnight, excuse me. At linebacker, number 9, junior, Azriel Lozano. At linebacker, number 21, sophomore, Jalen Smith. Linebacker, junior, number 25, Lucas Green. Back at your cornerback, you have number 18, Dakota Evans. Safety, 29, Ronnie Pilot. And at the other corner, number 1, Noah Stafford. Dempsey hands the ball off to number 22, Jaden James with the carry. Looks to be stopped right about the original line of scrimmage, which will be at the 13-yard line. Be 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers.
Look like number 8, senior Tyler McKnight on the stop with a couple more Tigers. So great job right there to get the down started.
You love to see it, especially with big old Aiden Ellis setting the edge down there. McKnight's going to have a lot of time in the backfield. Dempsey's pass goes out to Jaden James. Tackle looked to be made right there by number 21 of the Tigers, Jalen Smith. Really young group back here. Not a lot of seniors. Only have 3 seniors starting. A lot of one underclassman in Smith. Makes it 3rd and long for the Rattlers. You see right here, pass goes out to James. And boom, right there, Jalen Smith. Helped by number 77, Landon
And we have a safety.
And Jalen Smith, yet again, I think that's going to be a name we're going to be calling a lot tonight. Sophomore, big-time player, tackles Dempsey in the end zone. And yet again, before the offense sets foot on the field, Coach, we have more points on the board.
And you love to see anytime you can get special teams and defense involved with the points. That just that helps the offense even more. And I know number 21, Jalen Smith, is a name that you probably heard last year a little bit running the ball. But he is also a really great linebacker who will put his head in there. And as you've already seen with 2 tackles, 1 sack, and a safety, that he is getting his sophomore year started out right.
You just love to see it. It looks like Tanner's having some problems with the big defensive line of the Tigers, running 3 defensive linemen there. Aiden Ellis being 6'8", the man-child that he is there on the edge. Taylor Davis there in the middle, and Combs. Man, I think our linebackers are going to have a lot of time in the backfield tonight if we can just hold our gaps and make sure that we are attacking where we should.
Yeah, and that's what you want when you got big guys like that to kind of hold it up and let the let the linebackers be athletes and fly around and make plays. And so far, that's what they've done. And we've got a ton of momentum. Not even 2 minutes into the game, we've already got 9 points. So you could not really ask for a better start. And hopefully right here we may get another long kickoff return, and then let's get the offense on and let them roll a little bit, and let's just keep the momentum going.
Bowman kicking off from the 20. Yet again, we have Stafford and Atkins back, hoping for some good field position here for the Tigers. Bowman's kick pretty deep. We do have a whistle here.
I do believe that has to be a punt, does it not? It cannot be used with a tee, or is that just college/NFL rules?
I believe at the high school level you can use a tee, but I could be wrong. See, I'm going to be honest with you, Coach. I hadn't seen a lot of safeties at the high school level where the other team is kicking. Where I came from previously, usually we were doing the kicking, and to be honest with you, there were a lot of frustrated words being said in the box up there. So it looks as though we are going to have him be able to utilize the tee. I think that they had not put the ball live yet. I believe that might have been what was going on.
What it was. Okay.
And because there were no penalty flags there, and so the minute that I heard whistles, I was really curious. It was a great kick by Bowman, sent both Atkins and Stafford going back over their shoulders, but I really think right here we've obviously moved that alignment back a little bit. It wouldn't shock me right here if they kick it short, if old Xavion Hawthorne might get a chance to touch the rock here, but we'll see. Bowman, another great kick, and bold strategy, kicking it at Stafford again.
And here he goes. Another great move up to about the 49 right there, Coach?
Looks to be about the 49-yard line. Great field position yet again for the Tigers. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you the starting offensive lineup for the Tigers. We'll start with our tackles. We have senior, number 75, Will Seabolt. Guard, number 74, Brady Certain. Center, number 71, Landon Snyder. Guard, number 70, Landry Rubley. And tackle, number 67, Braden Billions. Tight end, Jack Rush. We'll pause real quick as we have the first offensive play for the Tigers. King hands the ball off to Riddle. Riddle finally brought down by number 30, Makai Mitchell. Let's get the rest of these starters here for you real quickly. One of our backs, number 6, Xavion Hawthorne. Our other running back, number 0, Javian Riddle, both juniors. At wideout, we have number 1, Noah Stafford, a name we're going to hear a lot tonight. The other wideout, 13, Caden Larson. And controlling our offense tonight, number 5, Alex King, back for another year. Brings up second down and about 7 for the Tigers. Hawthorne Wales with the carry, and he has caught the edge, and he is gone. Coach Wales calling up a play for Xavion, and there it is, yet another Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, really great run. Turned it up, hit another burst, and again, we're using that speed, getting on the corner and scoring a touchdown. Great job by the line. Great center right there. Great snap, handoff, and like you said, it just keeps getting better. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. 15-0. Looking to kick the extra point. I think one guy that snuck on was number 3, junior Judah Wise, that was out in the slot right there. So we're getting some guys mixed in, and that was a great North Alabama Bank touchdown.
Yes, sir. Alejandro on to kick the extra point. Larson doing the holding. Snyder doing the snapping. Kick is up and good. And with 9:30 to go in the first quarter. That's not the half, folks. That's the first quarter. Your Tigers are up 16-0. Coach, if I'm Alex King right now, nobody's in the backfield. I've handed it off twice to both my running backs. And look at us right now. We are doing a great job. And if we watch the replay here, Hawthorne gets the edge, beats everybody around the corner, and heads into the end zone. The only thing that was going to stop him is that brick wall back there. And to be honest with you, I think he might have ran that through if the way he was running, Coach.
Like you said, just a great run, great blocking out there on the edge by your receivers and by your running back, Javian Riddle, your other running back. It's good to see a little running back action right there, blocking for his partner in crime, and another touchdown, and we're up 16-0.
Gabe Alejandro doing the kicking here, going right to left from the home press box. Yet again, we have Fletcher and Freeman deep for the Rattlers. Kick a little bit higher this time. Going to Fletcher yet again. Gets behind his blocks, and it's a big tackle right there. That's a really big tackle by Lucas Green. There was a lot of, no pun intended, there was a lot of green in front of Fletcher right there had Lucas not made that tackle. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Rattlers at the 33-yard line. Does not look to be any laundry on the field after that.
That would be the first time in a little while, but Lucas Green, number 25, a junior, just a smart, just player. He plays multiple sports, a smart player, did a great job staying in his lane, and once it got kicked out to him, he was where he was supposed to be at, and made a big tackle that could have saved a lot more yardage. So it looks like they're going to start on the 33-yard line. Let's see if that defense can continue to generate a little bit more pressure on the quarterback.
We have swapped quarterbacks. It does look as though A.J. Legrone is now in there at quarterback, handing the ball off to number 27. Torrey Pride there. Pride gets a couple yards on that play. Coach, I'm going to be honest with you right there. With the swap of players, did we get who made that tackle?
It looked like number 25, Lucas Green, and number 77, junior Landon Combs, the best I could see. But there was a whole host of Tigers there to make a stop.
We have added number 95, Bryson Reniger, down there on the line. We'll be trying to do our best as we make subs as this game hopefully continues with the trend of the Tigers. Legrone with the snap, looking to pass. Oh, and Lucas Green, he looked at it the whole way, had it in his hands, and dropped it. At the end of the day, it's a pass breakup, still great for the Tigers. But, man, you'd love to be taking that ball the other way and just putting that foot on the gas against the Rattlers. Coach, what happened right there? What do you
I think he, being a linebacker, he kind of got a little, he saw the ball and he said, oh, boy, this doesn't happen much.
Yes.
And he kind of started running a little bit before he called it. And I'm sure he'd love to have that one back. But, again, like you said, a pass breakup, and now we've got third down.
Yes, sir. 3rd and 8 here for the Rattlers in the I formation. Back to pass again. Pass is complete right there to number 7. Caden Freeman. Looks to be enough for a Rattler first down.
I think he's signaling incomplete.
Oh, we're going to get an incomplete pass there. Freeman must have dropped that. Must have dropped that there. Ronnie Pilot there in coverage. And we are going to have a timeout right here from the Rattlers. If I'm the Rattlers right here calling timeout, what are we saying right here? There's a lot that has not gone right for us, and man, that looked to be a first down if anything, and now the ball's on the ground.
And he may be having a little bit to say to the official about that, with one calling it a completed pass and the other not. But you're kind of now your back's up against the wall. It's 4th down. They kind of might be having to make a little bit of a decision right here. Do we punt and take the chance of the Tigers? 2 and 3 play drives to like they've scored. Do you try to go for it right here and see what you do, or do you kick it? That may be a little bit of what he's saying right here as we see some raindrops falling. Got a little rain shower. It looks like might be popping up, but it may just be calling timeout to kind of ask him what he saw, but. You never know right here. We got our defense out here, so we are expecting them to possibly go for it with a little bit of a punt safe with, Braden Atkins or number 14 Logan Newman possibly going back to field it or just letting it go. But it looks like the offense is coming back on the field on this big 4th down right here with 8:32 left in the first quarter.
It does, and if I'm the Rattlers here, you've got to hope for something. Oh, Coach, it does look like Bowman snuck out there again, forgetting that his number is 33 tonight. He is going to sneak out there. It does appear that the Rattlers are going to punt. We are still in safe. Rain is coming down just a little bit here. Looking, though, off in the distance, we are going to have a clear night. Snap is botched. Punt is off, and it is going to go out of bounds at the Ardmore 31-yard line. Punt safe coverage there from the Tigers. Really smart decision, especially with the way that the snap was botched. But here we go. Tiger offense back on the field. Alex King in command after a successful first drive. Coach, what are we looking to do right here? Obviously we're not too deep into the play sheet. 2 plays in, we've scored a touchdown. Is Coach Wales going to be trying to think anything crazy right here? Is he going to go with the old bread and butter and see what we can do?
Either one could be good. You might lull them to sleep right here and throw a little play action pass in for your 2 receivers out wide, or you may just, like you said, stick to your bread and butter and run between the tackles and just wear this defense down that has been on the field for a large portion of this game.
King hands the ball off to Riddle, working his way to the outside. Tackle is made by number 10. Well, he's listed as Dax Bowman, but that is King Tyree. King Tyree with the tackle. Going to bring up 2nd down in what looks to be about a long 6 for the Tigers. That's what happened last time. Short run to start. Kind of punched him in the mouth a little bit. Next thing we know, we're off to the races right here. Coach, I think it seems to be the case with Coach Wales. I think he's going to just let the running backs do what they're going to do and hope for the best right here.
No, I agree with you, and that's something that has worked in the past, and I could see it still working now.
King rolls out to his left, throws a ball just over the top of Stafford's head. I think he saw so much green grass in front of Stafford that sometimes, you just rush a throw like that, you push it, and next thing you know, what could have been an easy completion turns into an incompletion. Now we have 3rd and 6 for the Tigers.
And it's, getting that run in on first down and getting a few yards. You're not in long. I mean, 3rd and 6 is manageable with what we've got. So looking to make a big play to keep the downs and the chains moving right here.
King flanked by both Stafford and Riddle. Stafford gets the handoff. Tackle made by number 21, Matthew Fletcher. That's going to bring up 4th down and short, and Coach Snyder's got a decision to make right here.
It looks like he's going to bring on the punting unit, and the defense has done really well to start, so you trust them to go out there and get another stop, hopefully generate another turnover, and just keep this game moving along and with a lot of positive momentum. So it looks like Mr. Alejandro will be punting right here with 2 guys back. Number 7 up short a little bit, who is that's our
we got Caden Freeman. Fletcher's back deep to receive. Alejandro's punt kicked off to the right side of the field, hits about the 30, gets a good Ardmore roll, and down at about the Rattler 23-yard line. I don't blame Coach Snyder right there for punting the ball. You don't want any type of momentum to get going right there for Tanner with everything in our favor. I think it's a smart decision. Pin him back deep and force the offense to do something right here.
That is the key, is field position and having the field position battle and flipping the field right there to get them back on their, I think, 20, looks like 23, 22.5-yard line, and they're going to have to go a long way to score. So I know our defense has showed out well so far, and so we're hoping for another possession of that right here.
LeGrone on at quarterback. He is flanked by number 20. Well, if I can get my lineups right here. Number 20, Isaiah Pryor. Handoff goes to Pryor. We have penalty flags on the field. Pryor does get to the outside, but is forced out of bounds by number 25, Lucas Green. But like I said, we have penalty flags thrown early here. Looking like it's going to be on the Rattlers.
And that was a big thing last year as we played them. They had a lot of penalties that even on big plays and not big plays that kept pushing them back, and really killed any momentum that they had last year. And right there, having to start behind the chains on first down with the rain coming down now, that just adds more problems to what they've got going on right now. So it looks like it's going to be pushed back a pretty good bit right there.
I think we're going to be 1st and 20 from the 13-yard line of the Rattlers. Man, I'd love to hear Jalen Smith's name called in the backfield right here. We'll see what we can do here. 1st and long. Already got a penalty flag being thrown. Don't know what the flag is, but it looks to be on the Tigers. Offsides. It looked like we might have lined up over the top of the ball right there. You got to have that neutral zone right there. Big Aiden Ellis there in the middle. Looks like he got just a little bit off balance, got in the neutral zone, gave him 5 yards back, but I still like us at 1st and 15 from the 18-yard line. We do have a timeout right here. Ladies and gentlemen, really quickly before we head to break, I'd like to recognize our championship sponsors for Ardmore football. Wesco Incorporated, Ardmore Auto, Douthit Construction, Ruderman, Woody Anderson Ford, Elite Sanitation, Jarrett Walker Construction, Butler Realty, North Alabama Bank, Mark Lee Insurance, First National Bank, Ardmore Cabinet, and Fowler Auction. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with you here on the Ardmore Sports Network. Coming out of the official timeout right here in the first quarter, we have the Tigers leading 16-0, 6:25 to go in the quarter. Ardmore has all three of their timeouts. The Rattlers have already taken one. LaGrone is back at quarterback. We have Pryor in at running back, Fletcher and Freeman flanking them as receivers. 1st and 15 after the penalty there from Ellis to start from the Rattler 18-yard line. LaGrone hands the ball off to Pryor. Pryor's trying to stretch the edge, looks to get the edge. Great block right there, but he is forced out of bounds by number 11, Braden Atkins. And we do have a penalty flag after the play. It looked as though Atkins was just trying to get him out of bounds right there and just kept on going. And next thing we know, Braden Atkins is trying to play an instrument there in the first row of the band.
I do not. I believe our drum major was not ready for that. And looks like everybody seems to be okay. We're fixing to get our man Mason Lee back up on the stand and back leading the band right here. So on this possession, a couple penalties. So we gotta clean it up a little bit. But I know we will. It's first game. But like you said, like we've talked about, we've got a lot of momentum right now, 16-0, 5:54 left in the first quarter. We'll wait for them to kind of give the penalty and mark it off, and we will get back started.
Yes, sir. It was a really good run right there by Pryor. Got to the edge, had a good block there on the outside from both Freeman and Fletcher. Forced out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. We'll see what the flag is going to be. We've got a face mask penalty called on the Rattlers.
So I guess, it did look, as he turned the corner with Braden, he did look like he may have had his face mask a little bit, and Braden, obviously, with it being called the face mask right there, he probably did not see where he was at on the sideline, and as he was driving him out, he couldn't see. So I do understand where that could be called, and now it looks like they're going to give the late hit. So it doesn't look like it to be off. It may be offsetting right here. You would think it would be.
I would think it would be offsetting penalties here, and if that was the case, then we're still back at 1st and 15 from about the 18-yard line. But it's also these referees' first game, so at the same time as we're sitting up here in the booth trying to make sure we get everything right there as well, they look to be communicating pretty well down there. I think we're going to get this straightened out pretty quickly, but the joys of football in high school in the state of Alabama is that these referees are doing it. They're getting paid, but they are doing it because they love it as well. Rain is really starting to come down here now at Ardmore. It does appear that the penalty is going to be on the Tigers. It's going to be set from the line of scrimmage, which in my mind, because it was...
May have been with it being a dead ball after the play. It may have tacked it on right from there, but I don't know.
It looks like we're going to have second down in what appears to be about 5 for the Rattlers there after that kind of bizarre sequence where we had a face mask called on Tanner, had the personal foul on the Tigers, and now it looks to be like we got the whistle blown and we're going to play a little bit of football. LaGrone in the backfield, flanked to his left by Pride. Fletcher there at the top doing the receiving. Pride takes the handoff, looking for a hole. Man, brought down right there really, really quickly by Azriel Lozano.
Great tackle right there. Very aggressive, getting out there on him. Azriel, great kid, hard worker. Good to see him right there in on the lineup. And our defense is doing what they need to do right here. They're keeping everything in front of them and not allowing them to hit anything deep or on the outside too much.
Okay, so it does look like it's going to be second down and about 6 for the Rattlers here. LaGrone drops deep to pass. Pressure, pass complete right there to number 23. Number 23 is Tyrone Douglas. Looks to be enough for the first down right there. Tackle made by number 4, Austin Kanzler, but it will be 1st and 10 for the Rattlers from their 33-yard line. We're getting a lot of penetration there from the defensive line. Really good job holding up there by the Rattlers. Tackle made in the backfield right there by big number 77, Landon Combs. We got number 11, Trey Malone, carrying the ball. And, man, we are playing in a glorified monsoon here, Coach.
I do believe the 190 people that are watching online might be happy right now with the choice that they made right here to stay and watch us on the AHS Sports Network.
LeGrone back in the backfield. Good to see Pryor back out on the field after he took that spill into the band. And Pryor hits the hole hard. Great tackle right there by Noah Stafford, bringing him down just short of the line to gain. Man, he had a lot of green in front of him. Stafford comes downhill and lays the boom.
Looks like number 29, Ronnie Pilon, is coming on the field for this third down play. Noah Stafford coming off. Right here will be a big test right here for the line of scrimmage, both offensive and defensive lines, and see who can get the best penetration right here, and hopefully for the Tigers get a big stop and force a fourth down.
LeGrone gets the snap, hands the ball off to Pryor, forces him to the outside. Great job by the Tigers right there getting into the backfield. Looks to be Austin Kanzler getting there first, kind of forced outside by number 79, Taylor Davis, and this brings up fourth down for the Rattlers. Wouldn't put it past the Rattlers to maybe try something here with 4th and 4, but we do have Bowman on the field to punt. Going to be interesting to see what kind of formation the Tigers do right here, if they do like a punt safe just in case, kind of an interesting part of the field. But yet again, keeping that momentum on the side of the Tigers right there, Coach. Great to see that play being made in the backfield.
Yeah, just a great job right there by the defense, and just, kicking it outside and us being there to contain it. Kind of slow developing, but a great job by our defensive line and our linebackers right there attacking. And like we got a flag on the field right here.
Delay of game foul on the Rattlers. That's going to back them up 5 yards. If I was the Rattlers right here, I'm probably going to punt, and it does look like we are changing the formation. The Tigers, Braden Atkins is going back deep to receive this punt. Coach, Braden Atkins may not be as explosive as Noah Stafford, but he also could be just as quick when he gets to top speed right here. Would love to see him with the ball in his hands.
No doubt about that.
Bowman's kick goes away from Atkins. Atkins, goes out of bounds. I thought Atkins had picked it up and downed it himself, but it does go out of bounds. Looks to be about the 36.5, 37-yard line right there, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. You can't assume every single possession that we're going to go down and score. Tigers face a little bit of adversity in that second possession, looking to run the ball. Alex overthrowing ever so slightly Stafford there. What can we do right here, Coach, to get back on track?
I think we got Javian in the backfield right here. I think we try to really lean in on that defensive line and trust the offensive line to get a push and run the ball a little bit right here.
Oh, Alex King's pass just incomplete, intended for Xavion Hawthorne. Man, if he'd have caught that ball, I think that it was going to be a train wreck happening there in the middle. The safety was crashing down hard, and I think he may have heard the footsteps just a little bit.
I agree, and I do like the way they kept the defense off balance right there, because we called, we thought it'd be a run. So if us up here calling it a run, they're probably thinking the same thing. So good job right there by the offense, trying to keep them off balance with a first down pass. Just fell a little bit incomplete right there.
Yes, sir. King Tyree there for the Rattlers in coverage. Riddle with the handoff. Looked like Tyree, again from his safety position, is going to be the one to finally bring him down. But Isaiah Pryor down there in the mix, man. A lot of these guys going two-way for the Rattlers. And we have 3rd and short here for the Tigers. Coach, Riddle has been on fire, it seems like, tonight with the ball. Hawthorne obviously has the touchdown. But man, you love to see what you're getting out of Javian tonight.
No doubt. Running hard, right where he left off. Good hole right here. Good move. We got an offensive lineman down there, or actually it looks like number 43 right there, Jack Rush, with a great kick-out block and taking a great pancake right there that set up that run. So shout out to Jack Rush right there on a great block.
Jack Rush, one of our baseball players as well here at Ardmore. Tigers going quick. Kings got the...
Do believe they're off sides, but they did not call it.
Didn't call a penalty. Hand the ball off to Javian. Javian is going to take the ball up to about the 41-yard line. We do have a Tiger down on the field, though. Looking at the replay, you have Javian and the kick-out block there from Rush to get things set up, get that first down. Again, first down brought to you by North Alabama Bank. We do have a Tiger down on the field right here, Coach. We're going to head to break here at the Ardmore Sports Network. Tigers 16, Rattlers. Glad to see Larson get up after that play. Looked like he got rolled up on the tackle right there by Riddle. But we're going to bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers. Hawthorne in the backfield. Judah Wise in out wide. Play action pass right there by King. You love to see it. Jack Rush being rewarded for the kick out block. Heck of a catch right there.
Going to set go fast right here.
Going to set up a first down. North Alabama Bank first down. Tigers get to the line of scrimmage, and we're going quick. Great play right there by Xavier Hawthorne. Is he going to get into the end zone? Looks to be called just short. My goodness, the spin move right there. You love to see it, but called just short. Let's hope the Tigers can punch it in right here. Looking like we're going to have Javian and Xavier. Oh, no, Xavier coming off after that run. Javian Riddle in the backfield. King's going to get the offense set. And Riddle in for a walk-in touchdown for the Tigers. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter, and we have a touchdown. North Alabama Bank touchdown.
Man, just shout out to the offensive line right there. You know, we're 6-7 yards, down the field on the run plays, just knocking out holes left and right. Great play action pass. One of those quick hitters by Alex King, hitting Jack Rush, and then Xavier with a great move, getting it down to the 1, and Javian Riddle finishing it out for the touchdown, and Gabe Alejandro on for the extra point to hopefully put us up 23-0 before the end of the first quarter. A great start for your Ardmore Tigers tonight.
King doing the holding with Larson and going down on that last possession. Alejandro's kick is up and good. And 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's all Tigers, 23-0. We're going to head back to replay right here and check out this last drive right here. Play action right here. Jack Rush running naked in the middle of the field. Great catch by him. King Tyree's been a force there in the middle at safety, but Jack just held on to it and kept things going right there. Huge play right there. CBNS Bank first down on that.
Another great kick-out block right there by the lineman, and then you got all our other linemen down the field just getting great holes. And back to that pass, the timing on that, it looks easy. He made it look easy right there, Alex did. But, man, that's a hard play. It takes some time, and just a great timing route right there, just a quick slant to Jack Rush and a big gain. And then right here on the replay, Javian Riddle for the big touchdown. And the Tigers are up 23-0 with 53 seconds left in the first quarter.
Alejandro on the kick, kicking back to Fletcher and Freeman, again going right to left from the home press box. Fletcher receives the kick inside of his own 10. Honestly, the Rattlers special teams have been doing a good job setting up blocks. We got number 15, Caden Hazelwood, looks to be on the tackle right there. Also number 25, Lucas Green, name already been called tonight. Going to set up the Rattlers at their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rattlers here. Meeting on the other side of the field, Coach, you've got to think the Rattlers need to do something right here. There's got to be a sense of urgency. You don't want the game to get out of hand before the first quarter is over with. But at the same time, the Ardmore Tigers have come to play tonight.
They have, and when you kind of feel a little pressure that you got to make some plays, sometimes you get a little sloppy, and you might try to force in a pass there that we, hopefully Mike can intercept right here and add on to that lead. But a big possession right here for the Rattlers, and trying to get some momentum going.
LeGrone in the backfield, he is looking to pass. Pass goes to Freeman, sticks his foot in the ground. Going to be short of that first down, met by a bunch of Tigers. Oh, we got a late penalty flag. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that play. We're trying to finish things out. I get that the whistle's blown, but we've engaged with one another right there. And you mean to tell me that Azrael Lozano right there is looking to do damage? I don't think so. I think he's just finishing the play.
Just, really aggressive right there. One of those that, as a coach, you're probably not – you don't like it, but you're also you tell them all the time, play through the whistle, make sure that they're down, make sure that they're not able to get any more yardage. So great play right there. Tough luck on the call, but that's maybe the little bit of momentum that Tanner might need right there. But we'll hopefully right here get a stop, keep the momentum going for the Tigers, and we got a little first down on what looks like to be the 48-yard line.
Pride gets the carry. He sticks his foot in the ground amongst a bunch of Tigers. Coach, I'm going to be honest with you. It looked like our entire linebacker core brought him down right there. Way to stick the foot in the ground right there by Pride. We're going to be bringing up 2nd down and 8. The Rattlers, they've finally gotten across the 50-yard line. We talked about it. Maybe something's got to happen here, but I still like what the Tigers are doing defensively. We just have to get out of our own way.
I agree, and it looks like they will not get this play off, and we will take a little bit of a break as the end of the first quarter happens with 23 points for the Tigers to start the first quarter of this 2025 football season. Great start. Offense, defense, special teams, it's a great start, as you see Coach Schneider coaching those guys up down there. And that's a big testament to this defense. And we will get to a break right here, and we will finish up after the first quarter.
All right, we're back here after that short break, getting to start the second quarter here. Tigers up 23-0. Going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Rattlers from the Tiger 44-yard line. Coach, you said it before we went to break. All facets of the game have been going very, very well for the Tigers tonight. The only black eyes tonight have been some penalties. We've had some costly penalties in a few situations, managed to get out of it on the last drive. But we'll see here, right here, if that 15-yard penalty from Lozano there at the end of the play sets the Rattlers up after a very short gain across the 50-yard line, looking to gain any momentum that they can gain here against the Tigers tonight.
Probably a good time to have that first quarter in and kind of let us reset just for a minute and hopefully let Coach Snyder coach those guys up and Coach Holt and hopefully get them set up to start the second quarter and this little run that they kind of went on right here. We get a few stops.
LeGrone gets the ball, hands the ball off to Pryor. Great job, Jalen Smith. Coach, we called his name early in the game with that big safety. Jalen Smith's going to be a name that we're going to be talking about for the next few years if he continues to be playing like this. Tackle made in the backfield, bringing up 3rd and 10.
And Coach Snyder's got to be pleased with a lot of depth that we lost from graduating last year on this defensive starting 11, and for these young guys to hop in and have such success early on, it's got to make Coach Snyder and the whole defensive staff feel really good.
Smith just blew through Freeman there on that replay, got in the backfield and made that tackle. LeGrone, man, yet again that defensive line showing what we thought that they would do. These big old guys, Landon Combs getting there in the backfield. Huge sack right there on 3rd down, forcing the Rattlers back across to their side of the 50. No other decision right here than to punt. What looked to be momentum being gained by the Rattlers back there, the Tigers stopped that in its tracks.
Just great job right there by Landon Combs, a starter last year, just adding on to what he did last year. A lot of penetration right there, a couple guys like him, number 25, Lucas Green, and our whole defensive line getting penetration. So great job right there by the defense, answering the little bit of momentum and yards gained that Tanner had and being able to shut that down very quickly.
Bowman to punt, kicking to Stafford, short kick. Oh, looked like we were going to get a little bit of an Ardmore bounce right there. It does benefit the Rattlers. Comes dead stop at the 20, so it will be 1st and 10. Tigers from the 20. This first down going to be brought to you by CB&S Bank. Coach, at this point in the game, everything seems to be going right for our offense. Offensive line doing a heck of a job blocking. We've completed a few passes here and there. You know, if I'm Coach Wales down there, I think that the entire playbook is at my disposal as we're looking 80 yards to score right here.
I agree with you. We've got dynamic athletes out here on the edge with number 11 and number 12. Number 11, Braden Atkins, senior. Number 12, new to the team this year, Jacob Inman.
Riddle, hard run stretching to the outside. Number 22, Jaden James, looked to make the tackle right there. Going to bring up 2nd down and short. Great blocking there by the offensive line yet again, and Riddle just being patient, staying behind his blocks and gaining what the defense gives him. Riddle yet again here. Nice job with his foot in the ground, stiff arms, and he's forced out of bounds by number 22, Jaden James, enough for a Tiger first down. First down right here brought to you by CB&S Bank. Tigers will start at the 38-yard line.
Great job right there by Landry Rubley on the pull, and Javian Riddle following behind him and gaining a first down right here as the offense went a little fast right there, caught Tanner off guard, and got a big run and another first down.
Judah Wise out wide to the far side of the field. Braden Atkins here with us. Got both running backs. Alex King. Oh, you love to see it right there. Can Atkins get underneath it? Not a bad pass right there by King. You know, the unfortunate thing for Braden Atkins right there is Freeman's really not in great position, but just happens to slow down in front of him just enough to get him out of his route. And unfortunately, that ball falls right outside of his fingertips, bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
You know, I like the play call right there. Tanner kind of easing up a little bit with the amount of runs that we've had and the success we've had to be able to keep him honest and throw one deep right there. Just happened to fall short, but a great play call. And now we've got a 2nd down.
King's in the backfield, flanked by Judah Wise and Javian Riddle. Hawthorne out wide. Riddle sticks it. Great run right there by Riddle, sticking his foot in the ground, getting that first down for the Tigers. CB&S Bank first down. Tackle made there by number 15, Jay Thatch, as well as number 22, Jaden James. 1st and 10, Tigers from the Rattler 47-yard line.
Just another great run. Offensive line, again, just 5 and 10 yards downfield, blowing guys up. Landry Rubley with the him, and also number 74, Landon Snyder with the kick-out blocks. Just a great run. A lot of momentum right there. I'm sorry, number 74, Brady Certain.
King with the keeper here. Little stutter step. Sticks his foot in the ground. Tackle made by Freeman, but not before Alex King gains what looks to be about 8 yards of his own right there. You'll love to have that type of athleticism in the backfield. You got 2 big backs, but when you can have that big body quarterback put that ball in his hands and get downhill, man, it just adds a different type of dynamic to this offense.
Yes, sir. I agree with you. We had a few new, it looks like number 85, Jaden Dorning coming in as a tight end. Also number 7, Brody Lindsay out wide with Noah Stafford. And 21.
There he is, Coach. We talked about it just a second ago. Jalen Smith carrying the rock last year. Stiff arm and just carrying Pryor with him.
Great run.
Coach, I don't know if it's too early to say this, but Jalen Smith may be a name that we need to keep on our radar as the year goes on, man. He's having a special night tonight. CB&S Bank first down right there. Looks to be 1st and 10 Tigers from about, Coach, you think that's the 19-yard line, far side of the field there. It looks like we're right past the 20, but hard to tell.
I would say great job right there by number 74, Brady Certain again with a kick-out block. Again, 74 right here leading the way.
Great run right there yet again. The Tigers just imposing their will. Smith yet again running that ball, running it hard. That's the linebacker in him. I'm going to be very honest with you. He is not afraid of contact, looking for contact and saying, hey, hit me, and you're just going to keep going.
Just really what you want to see. When you can have 3 running backs that can just hit the hole and run like they are, great depth right here for the Ardmore Tigers, and hoping to kick one in to add to the lead.
Oh, great pass right there by King. Stafford breaks away into the end zone for an Ardmore Tiger touchdown presented by North Alabama Bank. CB&S Bank 1st and goal right there after the run by Jalen Smith. Pass made by King. Looked like it was going to get snuffed out right there at the line of scrimmage. Stafford sticks his foot in the ground. Next thing you know, the Tigers are in the end zone. Alejandro on to attempt the extra point. Good to see Caden Larson back out there doing the holding. Hoping that means that he's going to get back in the game here on offense. Snyder's snap looks good. Alejandro's kick up and good. And with 7:08 to go before the half, it's Ardmore Tigers 30, Tanner Rattlers 0. Let's go back to replay here really, really quickly. You look at King, fakes the handoff. Smith, everybody's biting. Flips that pass there to Stafford. Again, looks like it's going to be snuffed out right there, but he stops on a dime and gets into the end zone.
Just another great drive right there for the Tigers. And, you really can't draw it up much better and ask for much better. You know, the defense has answered the call. The offense has scored with multiple guys, multiple ways. We kind of got the pass game going a little bit. The offensive line doing a great job of blocking. We've had 3 guys run the ball pretty successfully, and when you can have depth like that and really wear the defense down, just running it down their throat, and then you bring in a next guy, and then now you got a 3rd guy in, I can't tell you how much that's going to will help the Tigers, moving forward into the season in the 3rd and 4th quarters when you really need those yards and try to score some touchdowns, maybe burn out the clock some. Great drive right there for the Tigers, and we'll see Gabe Alejandro kick one off right here.
Fletcher and Freeman back deep to receive again. Alejandro's kicking it towards Fletcher yet again. received about the 10-yard line. Great job of coverage there by the Tigers. We got a penalty flag on the field. Got a penalty flag on the field. Don't know what that was right there. Couldn't tell if he slipped and fell, but it appeared that number 12, Jacob Inman, was in there on that tackle.
Like number 12, senior Jacob Inman, and new to the team also, number 31, junior Gavin McCorkle.
You love to see these new guys making plays early on. Going to be a personal foul penalty on the Tigers. Look at the replay right here. No, just great coverage right there. Braden Atkins. Just finishing the play, putting him into the ground. But, man, that's twice tonight on Atkins, just playing hard. And next thing you know, we've given 30 yards to the Rattlers. 1st and 10 Rattlers from the 33-yard line. LeGrone looking to pass here. Oh, got nobody. Great coverage there. Oh, catch made by Freeman.
Oh, my.
Looked to be met right there by number 4, Austin Kanzler in the middle. LeGrone really wanted to get rid of it early right there, but there's great coverage right there by the Tigers. Surprised he was even able to get that pass complete there for about 5 yards.
And the way that we've been able to get pressure on the quarterback, you get that in the back of your head, and he was back there just trying to pump, and find somebody, and the pressure has really gotten to him tonight, and you could see right there when he tried to rush that throw. So, great stop. We got a 2nd down right here.
Back to the run. Number 11, Trey Malone, takes the handoff right here. Great stop right there. Looks to be Lucas Green and Big Aiden Ellis there on the stop. Brings up 3rd down and about 7. Coach, I just don't know if I'm the Rattlers what I do right here. We've had a little bit of success on the ground. We've had a little bit of success in the air. But, the Tigers are just playing better right now.
I agree with you. Right here with the timeout, you think maybe the Rattlers have something in their playbook to kind of, for situations like this, to hopefully generate a little bit, get a 1st down. But with the way our defense has been attacking, and it's been attacking, it's not been kind of sitting back. They've attacked and had gotten a lot of pressure, made great tackles.
Coach, I think we have a trivia question here tonight for the folks at home.
We do, and we would love for you to comment on this post with your answer. After the start of this, the question is, what is the largest margin of victory in this rivalry's history of Ardmore and Tanner? All right, what is the largest margin of victory? The trivia question this week is sponsored by Lindsay Lane Baptist Church. We will give you a little bit of time to think on that. Hopefully not Google it, but just if you know it off the top of your head, answer it for us, and we will get back with you. And I've been told by Heath Haney that you could win $1 million courtesy of Heath Haney. And again, that question was sponsored by Lindsay Lane Baptist Church.
Coming out of the timeout right here, 3rd and long for the Tigers. 3rd and long for the Rattlers. My goodness. Hadn't had any 3rd and long for the Tigers tonight.
Much for the Tigers tonight, thankfully.
LeGrone with the snap, kicks it out wide. Fletcher, there's a lot of green in front of him. Noah Stafford yet again.
Great hit right there by Noah Stafford with a touchdown-saving hit on number 21, Matthew Fletcher, who is a very dynamic athlete, probably one of the best athletes that we will see this year. Great athlete, great player, great football player, great basketball player. I think he's playing both ways tonight. Nice run and catch right there, but another great hit and great tackle by Noah Stafford.
LeGrone takes the snap, handoff. Going to go right here to number 27, Torrey Pride. Kicks it out. Tackle's going to be made again by number 1, Noah Stafford. Tanner got a little bit of momentum right there. Big pass play. Fletcher sticks his foot in the ground. Torrey Pride finds a hole. And now the Rattlers are threatening. Going to be 1st and 10 from the Ardmore Tiger 28-yard line. Tigers don't appear to be on their heels just yet, but we do need to shore things up right here as we're getting closer to the red zone. LeGrone takes a snap. Again, back out to Fletcher.
We got a flag coming in right there at the end. Looks like it could be on the offense.
It looks to me in the area of holding.
I agree.
I'm seeing Freeman come down right there, and he locked up our cornerback right there. And Fletcher's able to stick his foot in the ground and get to the outside. Looked to be almost the same play that they ran where Stafford had to make that touchdown-saving tackle right there. You know, you'd love to see a little bit of urgency, but if you're going to be held, it's real tough to make a play.
I agree, and that was the call. And you know, right now, Tanner, just trying to generate something, I would say, you know, try to get your best athlete, your best playmaker with the ball in space, and that's what they did on the last couple of plays right there that gained some yards. Fortunately for the Tigers, one of those was a holding that will kick it back. And so, like you talked about, the Tigers aren't on their heels. It's going to be kicked back now, so maybe we can pin our ears back and get after the quarterback a little bit and hopefully stave off this little run right here.
You love to see it thrown out to Freeman. Fletcher with a great block. Braden Atkins forcing him out of bounds. Looked to be about the original line of scrimmage, so probably a 5-yard gain right there, but still going to be 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers. Coach, they're really working that right side of the field. Athletes for days over there in the passing game. Again, though, Fletcher just causing havoc. Everybody breaks to him. Freeman's able to break it to the outside. Next thing you know, the Rattlers are in business.
Now he's split outside right here on the left of the screen.
Looking to go for him again right here, but he thrown into double coverage.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
What a catch.
Went
what
up
catch.
Over Atkins.
That could be on the offense.
But I think that is going to be, I mean, to be honest with you, heck of a play. You don't need to say anything. When you make a play like that, the defense gets it.
Yeah, just let your play do the talking for you. And it really wasn't bad. It wasn't bad coverage right there by Braden. He just threw it in between a tight window and made a great play.
Yeah, Atkins, you know, the downfall of that is you don't want to go up too early and get a pass interference play where you're going to end up forcing that first down anyway. You hope that something happens, maybe a tip ball there, maybe a little bit high. You just never know. The catch is made. Great play there by Fletcher. You just can't get up and get in his face like that. And so that's going to cost the Rattlers. It's going to bring up – it is going to be a first down.
And a great job by Braden right there, not retaliating. You know, when somebody puts their head into your face mask, it's easy to retaliate. But a great job by Braden Atkins right there, not retaliating. And even though they got a first down, they will be pushed back a little bit due to the penalty. So they've done a really good job here lately getting Fletcher the ball. So we'll see. He's out wide to the right now. We'll see what they do right here or if they run it.
They are going to run it with Pryor to the right. Great job. Lucas Green getting in the backfield. Yep. Great stiff arm by Pryor. But you love to see Braden Atkins again, ball out, but it looks to be out of bounds before that.
You know, and Lucas Green will not get the tackle right there, but I know when they are watching the film, he's going to get a standing ovation right there because he did a great job of slowing him down, kicking it out, and allowing his guys behind him to come out there and make the play. So great job by Lucas Green right there, driving him out. And then a great tackle right there.
Coach, we're going to go to replay right here. And look at Green just shoot the gap right here. Great stiff arm by Pryor, but forcing him to the outside, letting Jalen Smith get there. Braden Atkins gets the strip. Azriel Lozano in there as well. Brings up 2nd down and long, but we are going to have a timeout. Rattlers call their 2nd timeout of the half right here. Folks, with this timeout, we're going to go ahead and bring you the answer to the trivia question we asked earlier. Coach O'Donnell, did you know off the top of your head? So again, the trivia question, what is the largest margin of victory in the rivalry's history? Do you have any idea of this before we saw the answer right here?
Well, the question, what is the largest margin of victory in this rivalry? I would have said last year's victory because we did come out and really hit them in the mouth last year. So I would have said last year, but what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is 62 points. The 1961 state champion Ardmore Tigers beat the Tanner Rattlers by 62 points there in the 1961 season.
Michael Luter was the closest to this. He said 71 points. Michael Luter was the closest. So congratulations to Michael Luter. Thank you to Lindsay Lane Baptist Church for this week's trivia question. And also, I will say we have 3:28 left till halftime. We will have a special guest that we will catch on the sideline on the way to the halftime entrance. We will be talking to Coach Jonathan Snyder of the Ardmore Tigers and get his thoughts on the first half as he goes into halftime. And hopefully we will go in at worst 30-0, but hopefully we can kick in one more touchdown if we get the ball back and get up 37-0 if we can. But if not, we will take 30-0. Great start to the half right here for the Ardmore Tigers.
LeGrone in the backfield, flanked. Pass goes out to Thatch. Great job of coverage right there by number 14, Logan Newman, forcing him to stop early. Thatch, another great athlete that the Tanner Rattlers have. Going to be bringing up 3rd down and long. Coach, right here, you've got to think, if I'm Tanner, this is probably 4-down territory. I don't think that we've got the leg, if I'm Tanner's coach, to kick this field goal here. You're trying to do the best you can here with 2 plays. Probably something small here, and then looking to finish it up on 4th down. Let's see what the Tigers can do here. Maybe force a 4th and long here. Ball goes to Pride. Man, he sticks his foot in the ground. That's a bowling ball running the football right here. Met by number 4, Austin Kanzler. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3. It's like we said, Coach, I think this was 4-down territory. Man, when Pride has gotten the rock in his hands, it's been impressive. Low to the ground, low center of gravity, big, thick kid, and he's running very, very ticked off.
He is, and that was a great run right there to set up a 4th down and what looks to be a short yardage right here. So hopefully the defensive line can do a great job, get a great push right here.
Oh, it does look like Tanner's going to kick right here.
We'll kick a field goal.
So Bowman on to attempt what will be about a 33-yard field goal. Would love to see some push right here from the line. Oh, we got a whistle before. Delay of game foul on the Rattlers. Coach, you think this changes the strategy right here for the Rattlers? Are we still kicking it? That's going to be 38 yards. Maybe Bowman's got the leg for it, but at the same time, if I'm Tanner, I've got to go right here. Bowman coming off the field here. We got another timeout by Tanner. I think that's a smart decision by the Rattlers. It's going to give Ardmore a chance to regroup, see what we're going to do defensively. While we have this timeout, really quickly, before we head to break, we're going to thank our championship sponsors for Ardmore football. Wesco Incorporated, Ardmore Auto, Douthit Construction, Ruderman, Woody Anderson Ford, Elite Sanitation, Jarrett Walker Construction, Butler Realty, North Alabama Bank, Mark Lee Insurance, First National Bank, Ardmore Cabinet, and Fowler Auction. Thank you for all you do for the Ardmore football program this 2025 season. And we're going to head to break really quickly before we come back and see what the Is he going to have to talk? Don't go past the 30, Bryant. Don't go past the 30. And we're back here out of that timeout. Tigers coming back on the field, looking like we're going to be playing it safe right here. 4th and long for the Rattlers. Up here in the booth by myself, Coach O'Donnell. Are you down there on the field right now?
I am on the 40-yard line. Blocked by a few big Ardmore Tigers, but hopefully we'll be able to see this 4th down. Very curious to see what the Rattlers do right here, if they still try to kick it or if they go for it. With it being 30-0, myself, I would probably go for it. But, you know, I do believe they've got a little bit of faith in the kicker. and they may try to let him kick it right here and see if he can
at
get them on the board.
At this point, anything they can do, they are running the offense back out, Coach. LeGrone, Pride in the backfield, man, you got to be careful with him. Got to be careful. See what we do here on fourth down. Big time fourth down right here for the Tigers. Let's see what happens. LeGrone keeper, great play. Jalen Smith, a name we have called all night, Coach. He is there yet again in the backfield. Huge sack on fourth down. That is going to be an Ardmore Telephone Company turnover. Coach, what is the feeling right now on the sideline down there after that big stop by Smith?
A lot of momentum, a lot of high-fiving. It looked like from my angle he came in untouched and just made a great play. So a lot of positive energy and momentum. We got the train rolling in the background. And another great stop, and the offense will take over with 1:44 left, hopefully in the 2-minute drill looking to score.
Coach, I know that we just talked about – here we go. Smith – he is untouched. He comes off the block. They go with Aiden Ellis, and he's in the backfield untouched. Coach, I know we talked about 62-0 being the most points scored in this rivalry, but the way we're rolling right now, there's a chance the Tigers may try and break that tonight. We'll see.
I agree. It looks like we have a penalty on the field. I'm not sure what we got right here, but it looks like it could be on the offense, but we will wait for them to make a call.
Wave it off. I think the Tigers must have gotten a timeout. We had a lot of moving parts, guys coming on, guys coming off the field. I think it was a great move right there by Coach Snyder. Just go ahead and burn a timeout. We've only got about 1:44 seconds left before half. We got 3 timeouts, probably a great time to use one because right now we're really trying to set the momentum for the second half right here. Up 30-0, but that doesn't mean we need to be timid.
No, I agree with you, and that's the great thing about having the discipline that we do, that we did not have to burn any timeouts early in the first or second quarter, and we have 3 to our disposal in the last 1:44 of the half to hopefully get this one more drive in and a touchdown. So great job being able to save those timeouts, and hopefully we can get down the field right here and score.
Coach, our skill position guys, we have Atkins, Hawthorne, Riddle, Stafford. Would like to give a shout out, fellow dual sport guy, basketball player and baseball player, Brody Lindsay, down here closest to you, Coach, on the sideline.
Yes, sir.
King's pass complete to Stafford. A lot of green in front of him. Great job by him to get out of bounds right there, stop the clock.
It's exactly what you want. You want to be able to get a quick pass, get him out in space, and for him to get out of bounds and stop this clock right here. Great start on this 2-minute drive, and I know this offense probably practices this a lot for this situation, and so hopefully we can catch it in.
CB&S Bank first down right here. King looking to get the offense going here just outside of the 50. King going back again. Hawthorne. King is crushed in the backfield, Coach, behind the play. Probably going to be tough to complete a pass like that with everybody in his face. We have a penalty flag on the field. I'm assuming it's going to be roughing the passer. It is.
That is the call.
It is. That is a great thing to see right there that Tanner's given us a gift. You hate to see Alex King get hit like that anytime, but if Tanner's willing to give us 15 yards like that in this situation, we're going to take it all day. Oh, my goodness, just blatantly late. I mean, King had the ball set out of his hands. Really wasn't as aggressive as I thought, but number 23's got to pull up. Got to pull up right there. CB&S Bank first down right here for the Tigers at the 38-yard line of the Rattlers. Great pass completion right there. King to Stafford yet again. He's been open all night. Heck of a playmaker right there, Noah Stafford. Going to bring up second down and 4 for the Tigers from the 32-yard line of the Rattlers. King gets everybody set. King sticking his foot in the ground. A lot of green grass in front of him. Nothing crazy right there. Great job by King. Gets the first down and gets out of bounds, saving himself some harm, stopping the clock. Another CB&S Bank first down right here for the Tigers. Going to be 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line. Tigers just driving down the field right here yet again methodically, looking to throw it a little bit more. Actually love to see this from Coach Wales as the game goes on. Here you go, King right here, feels the pressure, steps to his right, sticks his foot in the ground. King yet again with another completion. Pass complete to number 7, our man Brody Lindsay, 3-sport guy, and shoved out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. But we do have a penalty flag on the play, personal foul. Another foul on the Rattlers. Checking out this replay right here, King gets the ball out quick to Lindsay, who's getting out of bounds and just shoved blatantly in the back after he gets out of bounds. We're going to take this yardage. CB&S Bank first down. Going to be first and goal for the Tigers at about the 7-yard line. Minute and 14 before we head to half. And you love to see the Tigers rolling. I wonder what Coach Wales is going to do right here. Yeah, he does. Give it to Javian Riddle. He's fighting for all he's worth. Going to be down short. Great job right there by number 21, Matthew Fletcher, making the tackle for the Rattlers. But here we go. Tigers are about to punch it in. King gets the offense set. Ball hands off to Riddle. Riddle sticks his foot in the ground into the end zone. Ardmore, Tiger, touchdown. That is another North Alabama Bank touchdown by this Ardmore offense. And really the beautiful thing about this is, Coach, we've done everything that we can do right here. Anything and everything that we can do offensively. Run the ball, pass the ball, everything like this. Special teams has been great. Obviously, we run the opening kickoff back. Alejandro's kick is up and good. And with 50 seconds to go in the half, it's 37-0 Ardmore. Coach, we're heading to replay right here. You see the handoff. Riddle sticks his foot in the ground and gets in the end zone. It's got to be a great feeling to be down there on that Ardmore sideline tonight. Coach, I'm jealous of you right now.
Well, they're fired up, and that's, you go through this probably multiple times a week, a 2-minute drill. And for us to be able to go down in less than, I would probably say less than 2 minutes, maybe a little bit over, and to be able to score a big touchdown and get up 37-0 going into halftime, hopefully going into halftime with that score, that's big. That's big for the Tigers.
Anytime you can keep a goose egg on the board as long as the Tigers have, it's a great thing to see. Hopefully we see that happening. Obviously the Rattlers are going to get the ball out of halftime, but at the same time everything's going right for the Tigers. Coach, I get a sense right there down on the field level that the boys are pretty hyped up. Is that the case down there? I mean, the coaching staff has been jumping around. The boys look like they've been jumping around too. How are things down there?
Hey, they're fired up, but they're also focused and they're locked in. They're looking next play, very, very just locked in. So they are fired up, but they're ready to go, and they know this is what to expect and this is what they got to do. And building on last year's momentum, so they look very fired up and ready to go.
Great thing to see down there. Alejandro doing the kicking. Looks like he's going to be doing a little pooch kick here. He does. We got it is muffed, but Freeman is going to pick. Oh, we almost fumbled it again right there, but Freeman manages to hold on to it. Coach, could you have imagined? I think that the roof on this place would have come off right there if the Tigers got the ball with 50 seconds to go before the half.
Hey, that would have been massive, and just looking on the Tanner end, just demoralizing if they lose that fumble. But great job being down there, not being over aggressive, not over pursuing, and still making the play after that. And hopefully right here get a few stops and get this clock to 0 and get into halftime and get a little bit of a break, up 37-0.
Yes, sir. Tanner is going to be starting at the 34-yard line, heading right to left from the home press box. If I'm the Tanner head coach, I just don't think I'm trying to do anything too crazy right here. Got pride in the backfield. He does run angry. But, man, you love to see Azriel Lozano. You love to see Tyler McKnight there getting another big hit. Man, our linebackers are flying all over the place tonight, making life difficult. And like we said earlier, pride's been a bowling ball, man. He is running aggressively, but our linebackers throw a stop up right there.
Yeah, great job by the linebackers and getting them second and long. Looks like they're going to come to the line. It looks like they may run one more play before the half is over. Hopefully we can get a stop and get into halftime.
Snaps it right before the halftime break. It goes to Pride again. Landon Combs having a heck of a night. We're going to take it down to the field. Coach, it is down there to you. Are we going to be able to get Coach Snyder before he gets off the field, I hope? Coach, looks like he's coming towards you. Coach, we've got him. He's yours.
Coach, great first half right here. Great.
Stop right there, Bryant. Stop right there, Bryant.
We got to stop right here, Coach. Sorry about that. I know you got to go, but hey, you probably couldn't draw it up any better. Being a coach, you probably have some things you want to fix, but great start to the quarter, half, and great start to the season. What do you got for us?
Yeah, 1,000%. I thought our kids came out with a little edge about them. You know, that opening kickoff was big for us to get some nerves out, but I feel like our kids are playing hard. We're not playing the best, but I feel like they're trying to get after it. Every mistake we're making is fixable, so that's always a good thing.
You're exactly right. Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of this game and the rest of the season. Appreciate you.
And at the half, folks, it is 37-0 Tigers. only if you'll go, and only if you'll leave a direct quote from one of my favorite Ardmore students. That's good. He shook my hand and looked me in the eye for the first time since the incident, so I'm happy about that. Oh, no, it happened he wanted that glove, and I said, this is my glove, and he said what he said, that's right. And I thought Lane Williams and I were going to beat ourselves, we were laughing so hard. No, we don't. Yeah, he is. Kids? Van was adorable during the national anthem. All you saw was his face during the national anthem.
And now, under the field command of Drum Nation League, please welcome the pride of the state line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after the King's Hardware halftime show. We appreciate y'all taking a little bit of a break with us. Tigers up 37-0 over the Rattlers at halftime. Still joined here in the booth by Coach O'Donnell. Coach, you look like an athlete down there. The jog down, standing on the sidelines catching Snyder, I mean, it looked like a return to the glory days.
Well, I will feel that tomorrow, so I tried to ease in, but I guess I just got a little ahead of myself. Had to watch those stairs. Stairs were very narrow, but we got down there. We appreciate Coach Snyder and the time. I know he's got to get in there, and he's coach mode, and he wants to get some stuff cleaned up and talk about what they're going to do in the third quarter. But we do appreciate him joining us for just a split second. We appreciate that as the Tigers come out, and we are fixing to get started here in the third quarter, joined by athletic director and what year graduate of Ardmore High School?
2008.
2008 graduate. And now athletic director and assistant principal, Jordan Angus.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Nobody can probably see you right now as we hype you up and bring you in, but we are excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Another start to the season. Great start, first half of the first game of the season against Tanner, continuing the momentum from last year. And we saw a lot of the same stuff, a lot of good runs by our three-headed monster, some good passing by Alex King, and then the defense, which graduated a lot of seniors. We were able to in the first half replace those with some young guys who came out and made plays. So great first half, and we're excited to get the second half kicked off.
Yeah, it's always good when you start the game with 9 points without having to run a play. So got off to a good start and kept the foot on the gas. That's what you got to do.
Coach,
Exactly
we've
right.
been going back and forth. The atmosphere feels electric out there. We've been up here in the booth. I know that you've been out and about solving the world's problems today. How are things down in the real world?
Oh, it's going good out there. You got all the little kids beating each other up, playing football on the side, and student sections got their Hawaiian theme going on. They're having a good time. So it's a good atmosphere out there. Proud of the state lines, doing a good job. So.
Alejandro's kick goes to Fletcher. We have kicked him all night, and he just seems to be an athlete.
Great tackle right there.
Great tackle.
Oh, he's an incredible athlete.
Lucas Green, Coach, another
Lucas.
name that we've called all night tonight. Glad to see him healthy and making plays, but, man, Fletcher, he is something else for the Rattlers.
Very dynamic athlete. I told Coach Cornell earlier, probably, even looking at 10 games in the season, he'll probably be one of the best athletes we see all season. So it was a great job of Lucas right there to get him down, and looks like they're going to start on the 27-yard line to start the third quarter. 11:52 left in the third quarter.
Coach, if you're the Rattlers right here, what are you doing at halftime? Down 37-0.
I'm trying to get to triple zeros probably. Let's try to have some success and not let this score get any worse out of hand.
LeGrone hands the ball off to Pride. Again, Coach, it's a name we've called all night. Jalen Smith with the tackle in the backfield. Pride was running like a cannonball in the first quarter, but it seems like we finally slowed him down. Coach Angus, Jalen Smith has been having a heck of a night out there.
His name's come across the PA several times, so he's having a good night out there. I know he's kind of lower down the depth chart at running back, but he's making a name for himself at linebacker, which is what you got to do.
We do appear to have a penalty flag on the play. Horse collar tackle going to be going against the Tigers. You hate to see that because it looked like it was a really good play from Smith there in the backfield. But yet again, penalties just killing the Tigers tonight. Now, thankfully our defense has stepped up when the time has come, but man, you hate to see that first play coming out of halftime. LeGrone in the backfield. Looks like they're going to have Pride to his left. 1st and 10 from the 42. He looks to pass.
There it is. Out
Fletcher
there,
again.
screen.
Another screen pass. Great tackle made by number 4, Austin Kanzler. Going to be bringing up 2nd down and 4. I'm going to be honest with you, that pass has been open most of the night. Other than that one holding penalty, if they want to get the ball to Fletcher, they've had a lot of success with that tonight.
You asked me if I were Tanner what I'd do. Well, I'm going to change my answer. I'd try to get it to 21 as many ways as I could.
I think that's the smart play, Coach. At the same time, though, they do have 9 more and 30. Yeah. Freeman.
Good job right there, not cracking back and getting a penalty.
Yes.
On that block.
And a great job by the Tigers pulling up after we get him out of bounds tonight. It seems like they've been throwing the flags really quick right there on the sideline. Rattlers with a first down past the 50-yard line for the second time tonight. Last time, a couple penalties here and there. We push them back across the 50 and get a punt. Looking for the Tigers defense to make a stand here on the first possession of the second half. Still look to have most of the starters in. Going to be interested to see how long Coach Snyder keeps most of these guys going, obviously, with the Clements Colts coming over next week.
Busted coverage.
Busted coverage, and Noah Stafford with the pick, and he has blockers in front. He has blockers in front.
Nice.
And, Landon Combs. Stafford, it goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Landon Combs.
I tell you, everybody in the stadium saw it except Landon.
A tough penalty there. Looked like he's trying to make a play. I missed it myself.
That will still hold, though. We will have the ball on that Ardmore telephone interception right there.
Yes. I don't know what Fletcher did. Kind of similar to what Lucas Green. I'm going to be honest with you. It looks as though I thought that was a clean block. Maybe they're getting him because he went a little high, but I mean he hit him in the chest. He didn't hit him in the back. I don't know. I don't like that.
They've cracked down on the blind side. Like if you're not looking at them, they call it so.
And I think we've obviously scouted them really well, knowing Fletcher's a great dynamic athlete. We trying to keep everything in front of us, and we've done a good job of keeping him in front of us. And the time they try to go long to him. Just kind of like a busted coverage, or not a busted coverage, but the wrong route ran, or just some miscommunication right there, and we were able to get that ball, Noah Stafford, and even though we did have the penalty, we still will have the ball.
That interception will be an Ardmore Telephone Company turnover. CB&S Bank first down with King running the offense. Handoff goes to Riddle, sticks his foot in the ground. Tackle made by number 15, Jay Thatch. Riddle again. Just so dynamic. We didn't get a chance out of halftime, but the Tigers ran for 176 yards in the first half, and it's looking like we're going to add to that total here in the second half. Riddle yet again gaining 8, putting us in a great position here second down. The playbook is wide open here for Coach Wales.
Riddle's one of those guys, after a while you just don't want to tackle him anymore.
You're exactly right.
Runs just
hard.
A load.
He is. Riddle looks to have gotten enough for the first down, but we do have a penalty flag behind him.
The good thing you always want to know is it's easy to cheer for guys like JV. I mean, such a great kid, always got a smile on his face, laughing and cutting up in the hallways. Just a phenomenal kid, and it's easy to pull for somebody like him. And so it's easy to cheer for him, and when he has success, it's always good. And we're proud of him, as well as all the Tigers, for the success that they have had.
Coach, what I thought was a holding penalty is going to end up being a face mask on the Rattlers. That's going to be
we'll take it.
That's going to be tremendous for the Tigers here after that first 8-yard run there from Javian. Going to be a CB&S Bank first down from about the 47-yard line. That's been the story of tonight. The Rattlers, 9 penalties now for 115 yards. Just not setting themselves up for success on top of everything else going on.
And if I remember correctly, it's the same story that happened last year when they came up here.
Yeah.
It was a lot of undisciplined play, a lot of penalties, and looks like we got a lot of the same tonight.
We do. Coach, we got Jacob Inman in there in the backfield taking the handoff. He's going to lose a couple. Love seeing a lot of these dual sport guys out here only getting better. Coach, I know that you're going to be looking forward
yeah.
once the season's done to getting him back on the basketball court.
Great kid, hard worker, another one that's easy to pull for. Just he works his tail off, and I've heard Coach Snyder, Coach Wells, and the entire staff say a lot of great things about how hard he's been working.
Oh,
He got met in the hole right there.
he sure did,
22.
Coach. Number 22, Jaden James, flies through our offensive line and meets Inman. Inman doing some hard running, but it's tough. It's tough when you fly through the hole
Yep.
unblocked to be able to stick your foot in the ground and do anything. Going to bring up 3rd and long here for the Tigers.
Real quick, I see Brody Lindsay in, number 7, junior. Also, sophomore, number 85, Jaden Dorning, coming out, was previously in. Sophomore, number 80, Hunter Fitz. So it's great to see the depth and getting some guys in right here. And as we go back with Javian Riddle in the backfield, looks like Xavion Hawthorne also in the H-back spot. Long pass right here.
King makes a pass.
Great.
Pass
On the
complete
money.
on the money. Braden Atkins into the end
Wow, what a
zone
throw.
for an Ardmore touchdown. Coach, I'm not so sure that he couldn't have thrown it to Noah Stafford on the other side. Both guys running wide open.
Dealer's choice.
North Alabama Bank touchdown. Man,
Just a
3rd
beautiful
and
throw.
15. Coach Wales, he's got to be
Where's
smiling
he
down there on the
at?
sidelines.
He's there. He is down there. I know he's fired up along with Coach Cal George, Coach Anthony Taylor, high-fiving guys as they come off. Just a great throw and catch, just right in the breadbasket. I mean, he hit him right in the hands, and then with the run and catch for a North Alabama Bank. Ardmore touchdown.
Alejandro on to kick the extra point. We do have Larson doing the holding. Again, you saw Larson go down on one of those runs. Good to have him back out there. Snyder doing the snapping. Snap goes back. Alejandro's kick is
Could have had a rough in the kicker right there.
could have. Alejandro, great job getting that ball through the uprights. Man, it looked like it was going to be blocked there.
I thought it was too.
And there was a lot of green grass. But let's go to the replay right here. King drops back. Look at the throw. Atkins beats his defender and hits him right in the hands. And you're not going to catch him in the open field.
No, that's all timing. You saw Alex get back on his back foot, throw it, and right on the money.
44-0 Tigers. 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Coach, I know we said 62 points is the most points scored
We're making a
in
run.
this rivalry, but I really think we're going to give it a run for our money tonight. I would love to see that point total broken. And Coach Snyder and the Tigers setting us up for good things heading into homecoming next week against Clements.
As speaking of Clements, I saw earlier they have a score. I think it is probably by halftime now, but I saw where West Limestone was up on Clements 7-6. Talked a little bit to Coach Snyder about Clements. I know looking ahead a little bit, but he said they're going to be tough, hard-nosed, well coached by Coach Brick Pugh. They got a battle tonight with West Limestone, and so they'll be coming in next week for homecoming. So we're excited for that, but we'll continue to enjoy this 44-0 lead right now by the Ardmore Tigers.
Yes, sir. Alejandro doing the kicking. Fletcher and Freeman back. We do kick away from Fletcher. Great job there by Alejandro.
That's
a
Freeman.
tough one.
Freeman tries to catch it over the shoulder.
Great
job right there. Number 18 looks to be Dakota Evans making the tackle. You love to see some of those guys on special teams getting down there when a play breaks down, staying in their gaps and pinning the Rattlers back deep. Looks to be 1st and 10 Rattlers from about the 6-yard line. Coach, yet again, if I'm the Rattlers right here, you're trying to get the ball to Fletcher, but I'm going to be honest with you, there are a lot of games left in the season.
You're right.
And at the end of the day, you're really not trying to, especially him, you're not trying to get anybody hurt. What are we doing here with the rest of the game for the Rattlers?
Well, you're backed up right now. Maybe, he's so far out wide, we're probably not going to send him a motion right here. But, try to get him something where there's not much passing, just trying to get him downhill. Looks like we're going to quarterback sneak it right here.
LeGrone on the keeper. He's trying to stretch it out. Great job. Yet
Logan
again, Lucas
Newman
Green and Logan Newman.
Yep.
My goodness, boys. Logan Newman.
Just coming in with a kill shot
He
right
is
there.
a heat-seeking missile back there at
He
safety.
is.
He really is. It's nice to see him laying the boom on another team. Coach has said he's been flying around at practice. They've been having to reel him back in, and they have been ready to let him loose over these next few games. Here, looks like we may get a little bit of replay right here before the next play is run. Coach, there you go. Lucas is going to stretch it out. And look at Newman right here. Boom! Coming in.
Little number 54, Braden McKnight, freshman action coming in. So excited to see him in there.
Coach, yet again, Lucas Green right there in the middle. Pride on the carry. Tigers flying around. It looks like that touchdown, might have sparked some life back in this defense, especially get that turnover, get that touchdown. Next thing you know, the Tigers are flying around here. 3rd down and about 4 for the Rattlers. Would be another huge stop right here if we can pin them right here inside their own 20. You got to be thinking that they're punting right here if they don't get this.
They've got to be at this point. It'd be hard unless you're playing video game where you just turn it off if you don't get it and restart it. I'm probably kicking or punting as well.
LeGrone on the keeper. Pass is going to be incomplete right there. I don't think it was touched, but he was trying to force it to Fletcher. Again, you got your best athlete out there trying to force the ball to him. It looked like maybe if he stuck his foot in the ground there was a shot, but again, they're just trying to make plays right here, trying to salvage any type of yardage they can get right here down 44-0.
Sometimes as a quarterback too, after you've been hit a few times, you start looking for a way out. Like you said, there's a lot of games to be played. So
yes, sir. And with Big Aiden Ellis, Landon Combs, and Taylor Davis getting in the backfield as often as they can, I don't blame him being a little bit gun-shy right here. Bowman on to do the punting. We are doing a punt safe here. Nobody back deep for the Tigers.
Oh, almost.
Almost blocked it. That punt. Great roll right there. It's going to stop at the 44-yard line. That will be a CB&S Bank 1st down for the Tigers. Great field position. Coach, you've got to think here we may start getting some subs in at this point.
I'll be perusing the sidelines right here to see if number 5 trots back out with the offense. I don't see him on the sideline, so we may get a little bit more of a run just to kind of make sure we're good and got some things cleaned up and going in the right direction for week 2. But hey, real quick, let's shout out the special teams coordinator and DBs coach Josh Walters with some muffed kicks from Tanner. It's like we talked about earlier. It's easier to kind of get out of your lanes when you see a muffed punt or a muffed kick, and we've stayed in our lanes, pursued and tackled really well and limited any type of possible big gains that they've gotten, being clean on all the extra points with this rain. So shout out to our special teams and Coach Josh Walters. And we will turn it over to Coach Cornell and our sponsors real quickly.
Guys, yet again for the 3rd time tonight, we would not be able to have a football season if it wasn't for our championship sponsors of Ardmore Football. Westco Incorporated, Ardmore Auto, Douthit Construction, Ruderman, Woody Anderson Ford, Elite Sanitation, Jarrett Walker Construction, Butler Realty, North Alabama Bank, Mark Lee Insurance, First National Bank, Ardmore Cabinet, and Fowler Auction. Thank you all for supporting Ardmore Football. But really Ardmore as a whole, Coach Angus, I know a lot of these sponsors, they help out a lot of our sports here. I know with you being the athletic director, you're seeing a lot of these sponsors coming back out in multiple sports this year. But great start to the year for the Tigers. Coming back, it's got to be a good feeling as the athletic director to see things getting rolling. Volleyball starting last night.
Yeah, they started with a
win.
Sweep over Clements, and all of our teams won. Yeah,
with a big win. So hey, looking to start the week undefeated across the board for the Tigers. You can't beat that.
We can do that for a whole school year. We'll be doing something pretty good.
Hey,
pressure's on, Coach O.
You are correct. It is.
We do have.
I feel the pressure a little bit, sweating some.
We do have Caden Larson in the backfield on the keeper. Larson. Ball on the ground.
The Rattlers got it.
And the Rattlers got it. Freeman recovers the fumble. Larson, from what I've heard from Coach Snyder, very dynamic in the running game. I don't want to say he got careless with the ball there. Great job by Freeman getting his hand in there. Next thing we know, ball's on the ground, and the Rattlers are going to start at the 50-yard line.
Hey, real quick while we've got a little break in action, it was great to see Miss Tracy Slayton walking in tonight. Does so much for our school, and she partly runs it, not all of it, but partly runs it. We're thankful for her. Glad to see her out here tonight, being able to watch her grandson Alex King and the entire Ardmore football team. So we're happy to see her. Excited to have her back at work on Monday.
Yes, sir, we are. Yes, sir, we are. You know what? I've seen a lot of teachers here this evening. It's great support from the school here when we have games at home, games on the road. You love to see the support that the community gives. LeGrone's pass goes to Pride, and he's running with a head full of steam. Coach, yet again, there he is. Lucas Green, a name we've called all night, allows for Jaden Dorning to get out there and make the tackle. We do have a downed Rattler at the moment. Looks to be cramps. It is extremely humid out there tonight. I do not envy.
It is very humid. I've been sweating all night. That's why I came up here. Hang up here in the AC with y'all.
I know that we joked about it at home earlier with the rain, guys. Y'all made a great decision, not only staying home in the rain, but, man, this humidity tonight. That air condition has been a great thing here in the booth for Coach O'Donnell. I'm happy to share it with Coach Angus here. LeGrone back. Pride looks to be the bell cow this evening, but we do have Fletcher and Freeman out here wide. We'll see what the Rattlers do here on 2nd down and 7, just inside of the Ardmore 50. Handoff goes to Pride. He's running with the head full of steam. I just saw somebody launch. I don't know.
Might have been Lucas Green right there.
It may have been. That carry is going to be enough for a first down, but the Tigers' defense is still flying around at this point in the night. We've managed to hold a goose egg this far. I hope that they bear down right here and keep them out of the end zone. But you love to see what's going on with the Tigers, especially as we're starting to get some second-teamers in on the defensive side of the ball. 1st and 10.
That play's one of those where the defender, they took the kind of the worst of it, just had to ride the guy to the ground, but and you got to get him on the ground somehow. So sometimes you got to be the nail, but get the job done.
Yes, sir. Handoff's going to go to number 11, Trey Malone here. He's trying to stretch it. It's a heck of a block there by number 58, Isaiah Martin, playing through the whistle right there. Malone stretches it out. Great job by the Tigers. Only a 1-yard gain, Coach. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw my man Isaiah Martinez trying to throw a block. I got a little bit distracted here. Who made that tackle?
I did not.
That was number 54, Braden McKnight.
That would be a freshman, Braden McKnight. Also see number 34, sophomore Aiden Franklin on the field. Go ahead, Coach Angus.
There's some younger guys that are getting out there. And, hey, McKnight, I've noticed him already. I hadn't got to just sit and watch a ton until the 3rd quarter here, but you know, he has flashed out there, so he's been doing a good job.
Coach Snyder says he will stick his nose in there, and he is not afraid to hit anybody.
He is not scared.
Coach, it's nice to see the McKnights out on the field. Got 3 brothers on the team. LeGrone back to pass.
Here we go. There we go.
Intercepted again right there.
He has a lot of green, and he's got blockers with him. He could go.
Ronnie Pilot. Oh, he is going to get brought down.
Good for Ronnie Pilot. Great interception. Great play right there by Ronnie.
Brought down at the Rattler 38-yard line. We do have a flag on the field, and if this is going to be a blindside block, I don't really know what a blindside block is because
I didn't see anything there.
Oh, looks like we're picking up the flag. Oh,
no,
sirs. We are going to call a blindside. But
no, that was on the
Tanner.
It was on on Tanner. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Pilot just running down the sideline. Lucas Green's going hands up.
He said, I am not getting a blindside block right there.
So Ronnie Pilot brought down at the 38-yard line, and we are going to tack on an additional 15 yards from that. Yet again, the Tanner Rattlers, man, when things go bad, they just get worse. You throw the interception. That turnover brought to you by Ardmore Telephone Company. But, man, that's about 10 or 12 penalties this evening for the Rattlers, and they've got to be getting close to 150 yards tonight.
You know, that right there is kind of the great thing about sports. You can watch a million football games, baseball games, basketball games, and something happens every game that you've never seen before. I've never seen a blindside block on an interception by the team that threw the ball.
Well, hey, listen, now, we're not going to claim these referees have gotten everything correct tonight, and maybe we have the wrong call made. But
Coach is out here at the 40, way on out here trying to argue the same thing you're saying, that he has never seen that before. So while we are waiting to see what comes of this, we would like to thank Kelly Haney for running the camera tonight. Matt Randolph for all that he does, switching the feeds and helping on the broadcast. Aaron Randolph for putting the graphics on the screen, and Cody Green for his help with the technology. We have the easy job. We just get to call what we see, and all the people behind the scenes are what makes this go. And so we really appreciate what they do in helping get this off and running each week, and so we appreciate them very much.
We really do. Larson hands the ball off to Inman. Inman sticks his foot in the ground, bounces off tacklers, going to be forced out of bounds by number 10, King Tyree. Coach, I'm not sure the feed saw it. I'm not sure if you did. I think that the Tanner sideline's about as skeptical as that penalty as we are up here. We're going to take it as Ardmore Tigers, but the facial expressions from one of their coaches said he's not believing what the referees are selling.
There was a guy way down the field that was one of ours on the ground for an inexplicable reason. So, I didn't see exactly what happened, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
No, sir. We're going to take it any way we can get it tonight. Larson again hands the ball off to Inman. You love to see him stick his foot in the ground. Tackle made by number 30, Makai Mitchell. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers.
See big number 73, Jaston Riddle in the game.
And there we go. Younger brother of number 0, Javian Riddle.
Yes, the younger, bigger brother of Javian Riddle. Also going to be one of my baseball players in the spring. Really looking forward to having him out with this second team unit here on the offense. Expecting some big things out of young Jason here over the next 4 years at
Looks
at
like
Ardmore.
number 44, Luke Ashley, number 58, Lucas Wells, and we will get a few others called as we go. 73 right here, Jaston Riddle, we already called him. 15, Caden Hazelwood. Looks like we've got
61, Jovan Rodriguez.
Jovan. Looks like we've got number 36, Cooper Stanley, out there as well.
Inman's going to be brought down in the backfield, Coach. You've got to think Coach Wales here. We're up 44-0. I'm not sure what Alejandro's leg is. I'd like to think right here that we've got the leg to kick this. But with these younger guys in the game, it's all about getting reps. And
exactly
so
right.
I don't blame him going for it on 4th down right here, letting these guys cut their teeth a little bit in maybe some of their first varsity action of their career. Fumbled snap. Larson getting to the outside, and probably a great move by him, trying not to force anything. You hate that the snap is low, but at the same time, Larson doesn't do anything to put the Tigers in trouble.
We got a flag?
We do have a flag after the play.
Could that be a horse collar possibly?
I'm not sure. The way the Tigers are coming off the field, it's just hard to.
I think that's going to go against the Tigers.
It might be.
That looked like delay a game.
That's what he
That's
called.
what they-
Did we roll the ball away or something?
I'm not.
it looks
Maybe
like
we
we're coming
did.
back out.
Maybe we spiked it. I'm not sure. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off, Coach. Number 62, Riddick Hobgood was out there. Big shout out to Riddick. He coming off an ACL injury, I think,
Yes, sir.
last year. Saw him in the weight room a lot as we worked out, rehabbing. And, see him out there after a lot of hard work to get back healthy. It's good to see Riddick out there. And I know you guys see the games, but all the hard work that he went through to get back out on the field, it was good to see him out there on that possession as we continue with the clock rolling with 1:12 in the 3rd quarter.
We do have a timeout. I'm not. Is that official timeout, or did Tanner Ardmore call that one? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure at this point. We're rolling so well. I don't know why Coach. I mean, I get we have the turnover on downs. I don't know why Coach Snyder is burning timeouts at this point. But who knows? We are trying to get
somebody coming
there.
off the sideline.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, you make an interception. You think you can breathe. You run it about 110 yards down the field, and. Hey, here we go. I would like to give a shout-out. I did see Big 76, Jeremiah Nichols, getting in the game. Going to try and shout out some of these young guys. Got Gavin McCorkle out there on the field. Ronnie Pilant's back out there. I know he started the game. Number 95, Bryson Reniger is out there. Trying to give some shout-outs as we have the timeout. Aiden Franklin, 34. 31. I I said, McCorkle. See, we got 41, Walker Tiemann. Number 50, Nathan Claunch.
Awesome. Yep.
Number 30, Jaden Parker. 18, Dakota Evans.
What they call They call Jackson Wells Big Country Jackson
Big
Wells.
Country Jackson Wells. And you can see why, because if you look at him in the middle, he is about a head and a half taller than all the other linebackers. I'd hate to see him coming down the A-gap at me, Coach.
But we also do have to have a distinction because there are 2 Jackson Wells on the
That
team.
is correct.
There are.
But both their first and last names are spelled differently. So
Yes.
not much for Tanner on first down.
No, sir. Again, giving the ball to Pride. He's running hard all night for the Tanner Rattlers. Brings up second down and 8. I think he's going to have success down at the 2A level. He just runs the ball hard. I'm sure when they get to some opponents that are a little bit more comparable for them, I could see Pride being a nice change-up to Isaiah Pryor there for the Rattlers when they get into region play and things like that.
Under center. You don't say that a lot these days.
You don't. LeGrone handing
nothing
off
there.
to Pride. Tackle going to be made.
Did that tug at your heartstrings a little bit right there, Coach Angus?
Yeah, a whole under center. We're just going to,
Big number 76, Jeremiah Nichols with the tackle. Brings up third down and 8.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of takes me back to the 90s, when I'm first remembering football. I'm a Tennessee guy watching, Peyton Manning coming from under center, throw a little post, Joey Ken against Alabama, that kind of stuff.
Look at big Jeremiah Nichols just busting through that offensive line
Just
and making
would
the
not
tackle
be
there.
denied.
He would not. And folks, I'm going to be honest with you. If you hadn't looked at the screen, we've made it to the fourth quarter. That third quarter seemed to fly by. A lot of run game. I mean, obviously we had the long touchdown pass to Braden Atkins, but the ball has been on the ground a lot. Other than a few sloppy plays here and there, to be honest with you, not a whole lot of laundry on the field. And obviously the Ardmore Tigers still pitching that shutout against the Rattlers. Yes, and while we have a second, we're going to send it to break here. Again, right about to start the fourth quarter, Ardmore 44, Tanner Rattlers 0. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking that short break with us. To be honest with you, we only needed that break so I could get a drink of water, but we are back here. Rattlers with the ball, third down here.
Y'all may have talked about this already, but 39 is quite an unusual number for a quarterback, isn't it?
It really is, and to be honest with you, Coach, the way that his jersey is, and I'm not sure if he's wearing a medium, a small, whatever it is, it's real tough to see that 39 when you're looking at him as the captain. We thought it was 38 to start things off. Number 11, Trey Malone with the carry. That's going to bring up fourth down. We do have a Rattler with his helmet off.
Ronnie Pilot with a big block right there. It looked clean to me. I think he was just
Nothing on the field, Coach. In my book, that means it was clean.
No laundry means everything's
That's
clean.
right.
Yes, sir. Now, Coach, remind me, is high school like college where if the helmet comes off, you've got to sit out a play, or can you continue to keep – you just put it back on and go?
You have to sit out unless it came off because of a penalty.
Because of a penalty? Well, in my mind, I think we're good. The Rattlers are going to bring on Dax Bowman to do the punting. Yet again, the Tigers are going to stay in safe. Bowman's had some good punts, and I'm going to be honest with you, he's had some really good rolls and put the Tigers in some interesting field position. Let's see if we can get this second team defense. Well, I think he stopped it with his foot right there, a little soccer action.
Get out of the way of that. Let it
And
bounce.
it's going to stop. Little roll for the Rattlers. Going to end up coming dead at the Ardmore 27-yard line. 10 minutes and 37 seconds. I guess we're just rolling the clock right now.
We got a running clock.
We got a running clock here.
That was
We were curious if that was going to happen, Coach, and it looks like we are going to have that.
I bet back in 61, I bet they did not stop the clock.
I don't think they did. 62 points, Coach. I think if Coach Cooper were still here today, I think he would say we're scoring.
I think you're right. I think he would probably say that we've got soft, and we've been taking it too easy on folks. But I was going to say, I think I was really smart special teams player out there, because we got a lot of inexperienced guys that probably have not been on punt return. So they just say, hey, line up in defense. We're going to let them kick it. Nobody touch it.
Yes, sir. Coach, it looks like we have Caden Hazelwood back there running the offense now. Glad to see we're getting all three quarterbacks some touches tonight. Hazelwood on the keeper.
Oh.
He's looking to extend the play, turn the corner, doesn't quite get there. King Tyree makes a tackle. We do have a Rattler down, though.
I think he took
Looks like it might be a cramp.
I think it is a cramp, Coach. Like I said, it is humid down there.
Is.
I mean, I know we preach hydration, but when you're in humid weather like this and the temperature is low,
Yeah, it's just going to take it out of you.
mm-mm.
Let's talk about Hazelwood for a second. Coaches have really been positive on him, developing. He's got a ways to go to be ready to be a varsity quarterback, but they talk about how tough he is. I saw a hit he took in practice the other day, and guess what? The next rep he was right up. And let me tell you, he got lit up too. He's tougher than a $2 steak out there. So
Yeah, he is, Coach. I've heard about that hit myself from the coaching staff. You love to see a young guy like him being able to fight through some adversity like that. Again, Inman with the carry. Inman, it hasn't been flashy, Coach, but Inman has really been eating some carries and gaining him some yardage. Again, getting on the stat sheet tonight, bringing up a third down and probably 8 here for the Tigers.
talking about the Jackson Wellses, they are both on the field. They're number 82
my.
and number 60. Both on the field getting a little game action.
I wonder if Coach Wells is about to go a little annexation of Puerto Rico right here with all these guys out here. Same name, we'll be hiding people all over the stat sheet. Never know what's going to happen. Hazelwood, oh my goodness.
Little mix up right there.
Hazelwood saw number 3 trying to throw it to Judah Wise. Instead, number 3, Herman Cartwright with the breakup right there. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers. And I think wise move here. I like Snyder going forward on 4th when we're on the Rattler side of the field. But right here, second punt of the night for the Tigers. Hadn't punted since the first quarter. Really, was that not our first offensive drive? We punted, and since then we have not punted.
I think you're right. And I'm just going to say, Coach Cornell's remembering all this without writing it down.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
He's got a mind like a steel trap.
Well, Coach, don't give me too much credit here. We got a lot of names, a lot of numbers, and long season ahead. So hopefully it'll only get better as we go along. But Alejandro on here to do the kicking. They do have Caden Freeman back deep for this punt. Alejandro
punt.
Booming
With
punt
some roll.
away from Freeman, but we did get a little roll. Don't do it. There we go.
Hey,
yay.
good job, number 4 right
great
there.
job.
No.
Oh, Caden.
I think Austin went in to stop one of our guys, and then somebody went after him, and he had a little bit of a retaliation. Real quick, while they sort the flags out, let's shout out our 2025 championship sponsors of Ardmore football. Wesco, Ardmore Auto, Douthit Construction, Rudaman, Woody Anderson Ford, Elite Sanitation, Jarrett Walker Construction, Butler Realty, North Alabama Bank, Markley Insurance, First National Bank, Ardmore Cabinet, Fowler Auction. And again, we just want to say thank you for your support of the Ardmore football team and program this year. You guys are instrumental to what we do, and we, not only do they support financially, but they are out in the stands many times supporting these athletes, coaches, and that's a big part of the Ardmore community. The Ardmore community gets out and supports, and we got a big crowd right here doing the wave. Crowd's still into it, band, cheerleaders, color guard. we are fired up and loving this 44-0 lead. I will say also, earlier on in the game, we had a few mix-ups on the rosters. I do not think we could say that about the Ardmore Tigers, as our athletic director, who is also the Dragonfly expert, and his assistant right here, Jordan Angus and Patrick Cornell, getting our all of our stuff completed. I know I got a message in July saying let's go ahead and get this on the road and get going for basketball, and so they are ahead of the game, making sure our athletes are eligible and getting everything keyed in. So we appreciate them and what they do to have our guys eligible and all the paperwork needed. That is no easy task, especially with the amount of football players that we have right out at the start of the season. So we appreciate them and what they do.
I just really wanted that to, be a focus during the summer, so that when, we get into football season, into basketball, into baseball, we're not having to track down, paperwork and,
exactly
that kind of
right.
thing. And the coaches can just focus on coaching and get their teams ready to play, rather than making sure they got all their permission forms and all that stuff. So
no, you're exactly right, and that's huge to be able to get that done and not have to worry about it. And I think that's gone off fairly well. So shout out to our coaches as well for having that done.
Coach Pride just had a carry right there, got about 9 yards. We do have an official timeout. But no, like Coach Angus said, it's always nice to have that eligibility stuff done.
It is.
Because, you get into the season, and I know that you're going to feel this way during basketball season. You just want to focus on coaching, and sometimes that outside stuff can get a little distracting, and it makes life a whole lot easier. And man, it really is great to have an athletic director that wants to get things done early in the year, and then we can kind of just enjoy being able to coach the sport that we love. So appreciate all you do, Coach Angus, and thank you for being up here with us tonight.
Well, I will say, I'm going to shout out all my coaches. Y'all make my job very easy at times, and I don't have to worry about the guys that are leading our programs and things like that. We have a lot of great coaches here, a lot of good men and women that are coaching and leading our programs: football, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball. Everything we've got: cross country, track, golf, everything. So I appreciate all they do. They're not compensated probably like they should, but they're still every day giving it their all. So. I try to do my part for the coaches, because they do the brunt of the work with our student athletes and preparing for games and things like that. So I just appreciate all you guys do.
Thank you, Coach. Pride yet again with the carry, going to be a first down right here. First down for the Rattlers. Just making their way down the field. Time is just slowly but surely ticking away. 44-0 here for the Tigers. Would really love to see us pull a shutout, but at the end of the day, as long as we come out of here healthy, it looks like, well, I can go ahead and say it. The Tigers are going to win this evening, but man, you'd really love to have that shutout, kind of hang your hat. It's a great tackle right there by number 54. I apologize. Braden McKnight. One of 3 McKnight brothers on the team this year. Tyler obviously in the starting lineup, but it's good to see Braden out there getting some reps this evening with our 2s and our 3s, bringing up second down and 8. You got to give credit where credit's due. The Tanner Rattlers, while they haven't had the greatest night of football in the entire world, they've yet to back down. I mean, I've shouted out Pride, the running back, all night, but you got to hand it to the quarterback, to A.J. Lagrone. Man, he's been back there since about the second series, and we've been all over him, but yet he is still competing. Going to be enough for a first down run right there. The Rattlers slowly but surely getting closer to the Tiger end zone, into the red zone here. Coach, at this point in the game, I'm kind of curious to know, again, if I'm the Rattlers, are you trying to put points on the board for the simple sake of, saying, hey, we competed our butts off all game? Or are you just, again, are we running plays at this point with a running clock under 3:30 and just trying to get out of here at triple zeros?
I think you try to get some points on the board just to not get shut out. The there's just something. I mean, you can get beat bad and not get shut out. It just does not feel as demoralizing when you can't put a single point on the board. So, I mean, they've got the same guys on the field, but they kind of have to have the same guys on the field. They don't have the depth of the roster that we do. If you look over there's 10 or 12 that are, on the sideline. So they don't have a large group.
And Coach, here's a name we've called all night. He's had a heck of a night back there for the Rattlers. Mr. Pride, number 27, gets into the end zone for a Rattler touchdown. Now, you hate to see the shutout go by the wayside, but at the same time, you love to see the display that the Tigers have put on tonight, getting reps for the first and second teamers and even some of the third teamers. Coach, we got Coach Bryant O'Donnell down there on the sideline. Coach, even with the touchdown down there, how is the mood on the sideline right now as we head towards 000s to end the night?
Still a lot of coaching going on, getting guys in the right spots and fixing some of the small things right here at the end. So still a lot of good coaching moments to be had with these younger guys as they get ready and prepared in the future years to get out here on the field.
Coach, we have forgotten to recognize a group of guys that I've seen flying all over the field here tonight for the Tigers. And those are our Tiger hydration specialists. You've probably seen them on the field there in our gold. Let me tell you what, on a hot, humid night like tonight, we've not seen a Tiger go down with cramps. I think these young men are really doing a great job.
They're given that name specialist for a reason because they know what they're doing.
Yes, sir.
They're working their butts off out there.
Yes, sir, they are. And they're even keeping the referees over there hydrated. And you love to see the type of hustle that's coming out of these guys tonight. It really takes an army to win a game like this, and from top to bottom, from the coaching staff to the hydration specialists to the trainers, things have gone right tonight for the Tigers.
And Coach Snyder, he runs a top-class program, and you're going to have from the very top to the bottom, they're going to know their assignment, whether you're Javian Riddle, who's starting at running back, or you're the hydration specialist that's bringing the water out to the huddle. Everybody knows their job, and they're going to do it well, and that's exactly what's going on out there.
Yes, sir. Coach O'Donnell, did I see you busting a move down there as the band's getting after it?
I was not. I was actually high-fiving somebody. It may have looked like a move, but we'll say it was just a high five.
Okay, it looked athletic down there. That's why I was curious. So, you can't take the athlete out. You might be a coach today, but there's still an athlete down there deep down.
There's one in there somewhere.
Bowman's extra point is no good. Tigers are going to take a 44-6 lead. Just over 2 minutes to go until the end of the game. I'm not sure if the Rattlers are out of timeouts here or not, but if I'm Coach Snyder, they've only got to have one left. I think I'm playing this thing safe, and we're trying to get to triple zeros.
Let's hand the ball off once or twice or however many times we got to do it, and let's get to triple zeros and move on to Clements.
Yes, sir. And again, remember, folks, next week your Tigers will be back here at Cooper Field at home against the Clements Colts for homecoming. Coach, we obviously had homecoming court announced this week. We have a lot of senior ladies that are vying for homecoming queen. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I've got a favorite to win out of the senior class, but man, I'm looking forward to seeing the homecoming festivities next week and to see who's going to be crowned.
It's always a lot of fun. It's exhausting because there's a lot of distractions all week and there's a lot of dress up and all that good stuff, but it's a fun week and the kids have a lot of fun with it. And like I said, like you were talking about, we'll crown a new queen next week, and I'm not exactly sure who all's up for that, but I believe it's several of our cheerleaders.
They are, yes, it is.
So
it is.
They're going to be splitting the vote amongst themselves, so we'll see how it all works out.
I think so. Coach, I believe the theme on Monday is Minion Day. At least that's what I read online.
I believe that's right.
I'm going to be honest, I'm probably not going to be dressing up for that because I don't have a Minion suit at home.
I don't either. No.
Coach O'Donnell, are you going to be dressed up for Minion Day on Monday with the rest of the school?
Tune in to find out.
Tune in.
He will have on his yellow shirt and overalls. Okay, he will have them on. Don't worry.
How about that kick right there?
Old touchback.
Bowman with a booming kick out of the back of the end zone right here. Where has that been all night? Clock doesn't even start. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. 44-6 lead for the Tigers. And, man, let me tell you what. Everything has gone right tonight for your Ardmore Tigers.
That's right.
And I think that everyone on that sideline down there has got to be pleased after week 1.
Coach, I'm going to have to sign off. I got to get down to the field, but thank y'all for having me on the broadcast, and maybe up here, a couple other times this year. So thank y'all for having me on.
Coach, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, and you are welcome up here anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime. Coach O'Donnell.
I am here.
There we go. Jacob Inman, Coach, listen to me. I know he's one of your basketball guys, but I think he's going to be a sleeper at the running back position. We're about 17 deep right there,
That's
and
great.
Inman is just toting the rock well tonight. 2nd down and 2 for the Tigers, and I'm not sure if we run another true offensive play. Maybe we do here, but I know at this point we are trying to get down to 000s. Glad to see Coach O'Donnell down there on the field, trying to make his way over to the coaching staff to get their feedback from the game. Hazelwood with the keeper, trips himself. Looks like the tackle's going to be made by number 3, Herman Cartwright. And ladies and gentlemen, we have 1 minute and 5 seconds to go before victory number 1 for the Ardmore Tigers.
Looks like we're going to bleed the clock down as much as we can. Maybe get one more snap off and
I think
get this to
if
midfield.
we can get it under 40, I think we'll call it a day. Here we go. Coach Wales has got the play in. Hazelwood got the offense set. Inman with the carry again. Another productive night for him. Great job holding on to the rock right there. And, Coach, I think that's going to be it. If I am the Ardmore Tigers, I think we're done running plays at this point. 18, 17, 16. Coach, what's your biggest takeaway for tonight for the Tigers? Let's talk pros and then some cons. What's your biggest pro that we saw tonight from the Tigers?
I would really say that we were able to kind of exert our will offensively along the lines of scrimmage, offensively and defensively, with how we were able to get a good push on the offensive line, not really give them time to do much defensively. I think that's where it starts. I think that's where you win a lot of ball games. So that's the pros. The cons, again, you just got to – the few penalties we had, just try to clean those up. But I think it was a great night for the Tigers to start out the season and get to 1-0.
Coach, I'm with you 100%. You love to see the run game be successful, but at the same time, we were multifaceted on the offensive side of the ball. King looks to be sharp. You love to see those guys in sync early in the season. Again, the only con that I have is just hopefully we can get those penalties cleaned up, because we do have a big region game here in a couple weeks against the Priceville Bulldogs, and so hopefully we get everything cleaned up before the time comes right there. Coach, I know that you're trying to get out on the field to get to the coaching staff. I'm gonna talk over right now as I give you a chance to get out there. You let me know as soon as you get out there with a coach.
I will. You just.
I'll keep killing. I'll kill some time up here. Obviously, we're in the handshake line here. Coach O'Donnell is down on the field trying to get some takes from the coaching staff.
I may be staying
post-game.
right here and let him come to me.
That's
I don't
okay.
think I can get out there much further.
And I understand that. Nothing wrong with that, Coach. We appreciate you getting down there and getting anything from the coaching staff tonight. You love to see it. I'm looking forward to this Tigers team this year, Coach. I really think hosting a home playoff game is not out of the realm of possibility. Is it going to be easy? No, it's not. But when you look at where we were last year and the losses of some of the teams in this region, I really think that the Tigers could could potentially be fighting for the 1 seed here, if not the 2 seed. Obviously, you got to play your best football. Coach Snyder, as he said at halftime, well, there are a whole lot of pros. There are some cons and things we can work on. But to be honest with you, if there wasn't anything bad that happened tonight, it would be a really tough year, because you really don't want to be your best at game 1. You want to improve as the year goes on, and thankfully the Tigers have the opportunity for that.
No, I agree with you. We've got the recipe. You know, we run the ball really well. Our defense really stepped up tonight as we replace a lot of seniors. You know, you just got to find those guys that can be leaders on the defensive side. And then again, the offense is kind of returning a lot, and it kind of showed tonight where it picked up where it left off last year, and just keep growing, keep doing what you're doing, and you just got to get better each week. Hopefully you can play well and keep playing well and build momentum into Clements, and then get into region play the week after that with Priceville.
You do. Coach, it's looking like we're getting this post-game prayer together here on the field. You do love to see it. And then hopefully, maybe, we'll get some of the coaching staff over here to talk to you. If not, I mean, I know we're going to have the alma mater and all that stuff, but maybe we can get a few members of the coaching staff over here to talk to you and give you their take from the game. But obviously, yet again, you love to see everything that happened tonight for the Tigers, 44-6, everything seemingly going right, and setting us up for a big homecoming matchup against the Clements Colts next week. The return of one Shelby Waddell back to Ardmore High School after heading over to Clements after last season. I know it'll be good to see him, everybody over here. Coach, are we going to be able to get anybody here on the sideline? I hope we got some guys heading this way.
I think we'll be able to. I think Coach Snyder may be talking with his guys, with some of the coaches from the other team. But I will be on the lookout for him as we do the alma mater, and try to get a few words from him, maybe get Coach Wells in if he gets done talking with one of the coaches, and we'll get started.
Yes, and here we go, folks. We're going to flash to a replay right here from the opening kick. It was Ardmore all night. You saw Stafford fumble that opening kickoff, but I'm telling you what, it set up the most dynamic play of the night, in my opinion. Either that or Braden Atkins' touchdown catch. We fumble that opening kick. He sticks his foot in the ground, sees green for days. You love to see Hazelwood there as he's running down the sidelines. He puts the hand up at about the 40, knowing Stafford's taking it to the house. And that's been the story of the day. The Tigers set the tone from the opening kick, up 9-0 before the offense even had to step on the field. And man, it's a great feeling tonight to be able to go up 9-0 early, score another 35 points, and really kind of give up a late touchdown with the second and third teamers. Man, what else can you say tonight? Congrats to Coach Jonathan Snyder and his entire offensive and defensive staff, all the players, the cheerleaders, the band, the student section for being out supporting us tonight. Thank you all at home for being with us and supporting us. I'm going to go back down to Coach O'Donnell. Coach, it looks like you may be getting close to Coach Snyder. Maybe we can get somebody else up here. Coach Wales seems to be heading this way down the 45-yard line. If you want to catch him in the black, Coach, over here heading towards midfield.
I'll get it. We'll get Coach Wells on here, and then hopefully after Coach Snyder talks, then we'll get Coach Wells after we get.
All right,
Coach
we're
Snyder.
down to Coach Wales. Just seems to have walked up. Coach, you've got it. Go ahead.
All right, Coach Wells, kind of give us your thoughts on how the offense performed tonight and what you guys kind of told them going into the game.
Yeah, man. I mean, we just wanted to establish the line of scrimmage and run the football. I thought we did that. Our running backs are pretty good, so there's still a lot of things we got to work on going into next week. I think we got a little bit complacent there in the end. When we tried to make some changes with our offensive line, and they're still learning into their second position, so just a lot of things we can work on to get better and clean up.
You know, you're exactly right. You always want to try to find things you can improve on. I thought we established the line of scrimmage early. I thought we got Javian going, did a really good job with Alex in his timing route that we scored on. Just kind of tell us what these guys did in the off season to kind of set themselves up to have success tonight, and then just moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, these guys worked hard all summer. We were able to really expand on the offense since it's our second year in the system. We conditioned a whole lot harder than we ever have. Alex, I think, took the next step as far as being able to throw the football. I think you saw that at the end of the half there when we did the 2-minute drill. He was able to run that pretty efficiently. So I mean, they just all worked really hard and trying to go week by week with this thing.
Coach O'Donnell, I've got a question for Coach Wales down there. How nice was it to have him see Xavion Hawthorne get in the end zone tonight?
We got a question for Coach Cornell for you. How was it not? How nice was it to be able to see Xavion be able to get in the end zone tonight?
Yeah, man. I'm always happy when the Ardmore Tigers score. It doesn't matter who scores. Just as long as the Tigers score, it's a good thing.
I was really impressed with, there's a lot that goes into a 2-minute drill, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of reps. So it says a lot about you guys, your offensive staff, the guys executing it, and I know that was big to be able to get that in and be able to do that moving forward, because you never know when you might need that to end a game to get a win and drive. So I know you guys have worked really hard on that, and Coach, we appreciate you taking some time with us. Great job putting up 44 in our first game, and look forward to building on that next week with the Clements Colts. Coach, we appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys. Thank y'all. Go Tigers.
Coach, are we going to try and get Coach Snyder down there, or are we it looks like we're praying again? Maybe we'll catch him before he heads off. I'm sure we're not the only people that want to get to him this evening and talk with him. I'm sure there are going to be some news outlets local that may want to get with him, but we'll see if we can catch him before he heads off. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we just want to thank you for tuning in tonight to the Ardmore Sports Network. Thank you for watching us from home, both on Facebook and YouTube. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to being back with you here next week. It does look like he's going to have Coach Snyder be able to get here on the screen. Coach O'Donnell, we're back down to you, sir.
Hey, Coach, we appreciate your time again. I know it's a lot, but hey, just give us your thoughts about tonight. Big win, big start to the season. I know you. Any coach is a little nervous and antsy going in after the way you guys performed and played last year. So, kind of just give us your thoughts of what you saw tonight.
Well, I thought our kids competed really well. I thought even when our backups got in there, I thought they, whether it's running the football or did a good job at the line of scrimmage. One thing I'm upset about, we had a few too many penalties of some, after the whistle stuff that we preach all the time. We sort of lost our cool a little bit, and that's not what we're known for. So we got to get that fixed. But I feel like everything that we did wrong, it's fixable, and so we'll go to work Monday.
You're exactly right. And, Coach, I know you got to be really excited. You lost a lot of guys on defense, a lot of leaders. That's kind of your bread and butter. So I knew going in that we'd be okay with you having those guys ready, you and Coach Holt and your whole defensive staff. Just kind of give us some guys that you thought really stood out that you, not saying you didn't expect them to, but you really need them to step up for this year to have the same success you did last year.
When you replace 7 starters, that's tough, especially the guys that we replaced. I felt like our 2 inside linebackers, we didn't play great, but I felt like they flew around to the football. Ezreal and Lucas felt like they had a decent game. Of course, you won't know till you watch the film, but, I felt like, it's all about getting experience. It's all about playing to a certain standard or expectation. I felt like our kids challenged themselves. We challenged them this week to, hey, we don't need to drop off. And a lot of things going on externally, and it was really good to get to the game and see how they performed, and glad they came in and took care of business.
You're exactly right, Coach. Coach, we appreciate the time. Big win. I know you'll get in, watch some film, probably eat a little bit, enjoy the win for 24 hours, maybe 48, get back into work and be ready for Clements on Monday. So we appreciate the time, Coach. Go Tigers. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate everything y'all do.
That is Coach Snyder, the head coach of the Ardmore Tigers, as we start off the 2025 season with a big 44-6 victory to move to 1-0 on the season. Coach Cornell, we will kick it back up to you and the staff up top.
Thank you, Coach O'Donnell. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. Big 44-6 win for the Tigers over the Tanner Rattlers. We will see you guys next Friday night here at Cooper Field as your Tigers take on the Clements Colts. Again, good night, and thank you for being with us.